It's the Tiger Sports Live on the 50 with Coach Casey Moeller and your host, Mike Vickers.
Well, welcome back, everyone, to week 2 of On the 50 with Coach Moeller. And as we go into this week, we got to take a look back at that really fantastic victory Friday night over Tenora. How you doing this week, Coach?
Good. It's good to get back in the routine of things.
Yeah, school starts.
Yes, today's the first day, and getting back into what's considered normal, I guess, during the season.
Yeah, speaking of that, as a head football coach, I always thought the one great thing about when you had camp at the end of July and then, you go into your two-a-days, the one great thing about those scrimmage seasons and whatnot is that you owned that time with the kids. Those guys that was just all locked in, all focused on football. Now we got to transition a little bit. Now we got school. How big a challenge do you think that is?
It's not huge, but it is a challenge that, they go from kind of waking up when they want in the morning and stuff like that during the preseason stuff and in August. And now that school has started, they're probably up a little bit earlier than what they normally would be. And then getting them to realize you probably need to get to bed a little bit earlier. And it might change their nutrition and hydration stuff because they might not have time in school to get that whenever they want. So they've got to kind of find that routine. And as a coach, I'm trying to remind them, you got to take care of your body. You got to get plenty of sleep and stuff like that, and just getting back into the routine of school and moving around and things like that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, this week, into week 2, it's going to be 1-0 versus 1-0. We've got to travel to Pemberville. The first road game of the regular season. You did have a little bit of experience of going on the road when you went to Perkins. But let's take a look back at Tenora. We go back to last Friday night. Casey, that was the first time, I think, in 41 years that I had the opportunity to attend a Liberty Center home game that I wasn't coaching in. And it was really a pretty big thrill for me. Really big crowd. I was really overwhelmed and impressed. The new bleachers in the end zone was really something. Walking through that was really something. And just an absolutely beautiful night. And, how'd you feel about that opening game?
Well, I think anytime you have a home game in Liberty, in recent years, it's been a really great experience because of the support that the community has, the crowd, and I think even more and more people are starting to come out. But Caleb does a great job of putting on the event, and then you've got the band and the cheerleaders, and the parents, the student section. I love having the student section down there, but they all are into it and really make Liberty Center football kind of what it is. It's definitely an experience that we talk to the kids about. It's not common. We get spoiled a little bit here, probably a lot more than a little bit, but it was a great environment, and obviously getting the win and playing well, helps that. But we're looking forward to getting more of those.
Yeah, for sure. And for me, I'll echo those thoughts. What a great experience. So I know that as a head coach, and I know you are the same. You don't go to home and go to bed right away. You're going to put that film on, and you're going to watch that. So you're ready to go next morning when those kids come in. Was the film as good as the game?
It never is. When you're not looking for all the great things you did, you're looking for areas to get better. Mm-hmm. And so it is as lopsided as the score got. After the film, we talked about how many people made mistakes, and everybody's hand shot up, and
yeah, they did.
And so the good thing about that is we've got room to get better. Guys know they made mistakes and did things maybe that they didn't do as well as they could. So we've got that to kind of motivate us that I've still got room to improve and things like that. So even though the score is kind of what you want, we're looking at that process of how did we get there and how can we improve the process.
Yeah, and I'm really curious to know, was there anything that jumped off that film that was maybe a little bit better than you thought it might have been?
It's hard to say what was better, but I liked our effort on defense. We didn't do everything perfectly, but I think our kids really played hard on defense and really ran to the ball well. Very, very few solo tackles, and that's because you get so many guys to the ball. That's really good to see. And you don't always see that as you're watching things live. And then off our special teams was a huge surprise, just because we had so many young guys on there. And watching that on film, it was like, all right, our special teams look good. Now we've got to continue that week after week. But those guys are hungry because a lot of them are not every down players, maybe on offense or defense, and that's their chance to shine. And we had a lot of kids really step up on special teams.
Yeah, and speaking of a lot of kids, I think one of the things that was a little bit overwhelming to me in that whole process, especially that first half, seemed like a lot of kids were in and out of that game. A lot of kids.
Yeah, and once we kind of built the lead, it was how can we find areas to get some of the younger guys that we're going to count on later on in the season to get them a little extra reps. And so we've got a lot of kids that got reps. We got them on film, and they got a little bit of taste of what playing in a meaningful game is about. And so that was good. And anytime you get that many kids in a game, it's pretty awesome for them, and we know the parents appreciate it, and those kids really enjoy it.
I'll bet you that has a carryover effect in the quality of practices simply because those kids know that they might get a shot.
Yeah, that's one of the hopes is, we tell them you're going to get an opportunity at some point. You got to make the most of it. And we also talk about our expectations. If you're on the field, you are expected to perform at the same standard as what the starters are. And if you don't, there's a lot of guys over there that are chomping at the bit to get out there and show that they can do it. So that, I think, increases motivation a little bit and performance.
Yeah, a lot of fun. So let's talk about this offensive explosion of 61 points. 61 points against a team, I think, that brought about 9 guys back on defense, and I'm talking about Tenora. When I look at the numbers, Casey, first of all, it's 47-0 at halftime. You finished with 469 yards of total offense on only 34 snaps. And, that is an absolute explosion. 356 of those yards came on the ground. What do you think contributed to that?
Well, I think when you look at our offensive numbers, and this would be true last year and even the year before, you see a lot of points. A lot of that can be attributed to our special teams and defense. I think they set us up with some pretty short fields. They got us the ball back quickly. So if you can force a 3 and out, the other team isn't taking time off the clock, and so you've got more time to operate. Our special teams, we had a blocked punt, set us up on a short field. We had good returns. We pinned them back inside the 20, I don't know how many times, and then they punted, and we had the ball at midfield. Right. So when you look at, boy, the offense is really humming. The reality is the defense and the special teams kind of set us up for success. Now the offense did a good job of executing in those situations. And then, the other thing, we got a 2-minute drill, and a lot of times you don't get a whole lot of opportunities to do that in a game. So it was really good for us to get in that 2-minute drill at the end of the first half. Even though the score was a little bit lopsided, we need that work. And we went out and we had a few good plays. We had a few bad plays, but ultimately, we got points on the board, which is good for the offense to kind of have that success.
Yeah, I'm sure one of the things that you had to be concerned about going into this season was the offensive line. The skill guys coming back. I think you had a pretty good feeling that you had some pretty good skill guys. And there's some young guys on that offensive line. How do you think that group performed?
Well, I thought they did pretty good. But with the offensive line, early in the season, it's tough because you really need a lot of reps with each other, and with all the things defenses can do, it's hard to see it all. Mm-hmm. And once those guys start realizing, how they've got to work together, they get better and better. And I thought for week 1, those guys did a really good job, especially having a lot of young guys in there. I think, having 3 new guys in there. Yeah. And plus, we rotated some young guys in there. So we probably had 5 to 7 new offensive linemen in there.
Right.
And they did a nice job for week 1, and hopefully we can continue to see that improvement.
Yeah. One of the things that I think everybody was really wondering about as this season came into, especially in that preseason, there was a lot of chatter around town about the quarterback situation, the quarterback play. How'd that go?
Well, kind of the same as the offensive line. A lot of reps are needed, but I was pleased. We had 1 turnover there, and we had a couple sacks that I think just attributed to youth and inexperience, but you saw flashes of what can be done with his legs on the ground, and then Max coming in and throwing a great pass over the
great.
middle. And what people don't see on that is did a great job of faking, making it look like a run, and allowing our wing back to get out there. But those guys both did a nice job of playing with poise. Even when they made mistakes, it wasn't like there was panic or doubt or anything like that. It was just move on to the next play, and that's kind of what you need at that position.
Yeah, what's kind of great about those two, they're kind of contrasting styles. You got Jack that plays a lot with his feet and just pure athleticism, and then Max comes in. He's kind of that old school pro drop back formation, kind of quarterback.
Yeah, and what's great is not just those two, and then throw Levi and even Bryce in there, how much they work together. And on the sideline, I don't know if people see it, they're looking at the iPad and talking about, hey, here's what they did. And, we talk about, when we go back out there, here's what we're going to do. This is what you want to look for. And they're looking at the defense to try to see where they're lining up and maybe where they can exploit coverages and things like that.
Yeah. I'll tell you, Casey, one of the things that absolute jumped off the stat sheet to me was 5 explosive plays of 40 yards or more, and they came from 5 different guys. You had Isaiah Badenhop had a 71-yard touchdown reception. I think that was off a screen.
Yes.
And, of course, Jackson Lonazak's made so many plays in the preseason, carries it right over into this game. 54-yard touchdown run. Garrison Cruz, my goodness. I wouldn't want to play defensive back and see him come into the next level. He is a freight train, 54-yard touchdown run. And then you had Jack Badenhop with a 47-yard touchdown run. And then even later in the game, Caleb Lester with a 42-yard touchdown run. Those 5 different players, how do you relate that to schematics? Do you relate that to just guys making plays? How's that looking for you right now?
Well, I think first, those are some really talented guys. They have a lot of God-given ability. It's not like a lot of coaching going on there, but we like matchups especially with Jackson and Garrison getting into the secondary. Because of their size, strength, and speed, there's not a lot of DBs that are going to match up with them. So if we can get those guys to that level, we like our chances. And then, Jack is another one who, a lot of people probably don't know exactly what he can do, but he's an explosive athlete. Just has a knack for anticipating things and seeing things before anybody else. And Isaiah's the same way. Isaiah showed flashes of that last year, and our hope is to get him the ball more this year because of that. Last year we saw it a lot on special teams, punt and kick returns, and he has a lot of ability. So if we can get the ball in his hands, he's got a great burst, good speed, quickness, and deceptive strength. He's stronger than what people realize, and he can break tackles in the secondary, and he did on his touchdown. And then Caleb Lester is a young guy who – it has more potential, I think, than what he realizes. He just needs a little bit of time to develop. And he's not the only one. We got a couple of young guys. When you look at Brody Jakeway, he's going to get some opportunities. Drew Silvis showed some flashes there. And then, throw Tice Westoven in there.
Yes.
I think we've got a lot of guys that can hit some home runs for us, and hopefully they continue to do that.
Yeah. No doubt about it. It's a lot of fun. Not to single anybody out, but it was one day, just kind of give you experience of me coming in and seeing the during camp and during 2 days. One day I walked over to Isaiah and I said, Isaiah, you're a good basketball player. But I said, dude, you're a really, really good football player. And all those attributes you talked about, I saw. It's a lot of fun. Let's switch over to defense. 2 words. 14 yards. What do you think about that?
I told the guys after the game, after looking at the stats, I knew we played well. Obviously, when you get a shutout, you play well. But statistically, that might be the most dominant game we've ever played defensively to hold a team to 14 yards, negative yards rushing. And what I think, made me the happiest was how we did against their pass game, because the quarterback was back and he was statistically
good
very
receivers
good.
Back too.
Very talented receivers, and we held them, I think, to 8 of 21 for like 30-some yards.
Yeah.
So we didn't give up any explosive plays in the pass game. We made plays on the ball, knocks them down, and then we got a pick six. And then up front, we got pressure and had a couple sacks, and in the linebackers putting pressure on the quarterback on blitzes and in coverage did a great job. So that unit really played
Yeah.
well, and anytime you play really good defense, you're going to give yourself a chance,
Yeah.
even if the offense isn't clicking. So hopefully we can continue that, because we're going to have some big challenges coming up here, obviously,
Yeah.
this week. So we need to kind of build off of what we did.
Yeah, for sure. Let me throw a few things out at you here. 10 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. You had 2 takeaways. One went back to return for a touchdown. We'll talk about that in a second. Tenor, I don't know if you realize, 0 for 11 on third down, 9 punts. And if I have it right, they only earned 1 first down without penalty, and that was on like a little comeback route right at the sticks that I think your guy was all over him, and the guy made a good catch and moved the sticks. But like you said, a really dominant defensive performance. What do you think one of the things that makes it really difficult for teams to play against your defense?
Well, we have really good players, one, and then two, how hard those guys work at their craft, whether it be pass rush or reads and drops and things
Sure.
like that. And I think the coaching staff does a fantastic job of putting guys in the right position to make plays. What's their skill set is, where can we use them, and just making sure that then you got to mesh that and make sure everybody's on the same page. And I think each position coach does a fantastic job with their group, and then Coach Brian kind of brings them all together and really works making sure they understand what the other team's trying to do formationally and in situations, and then our guys are prepared for that. And I think it's simple enough that they can go out and play fast, but it's complex enough that other teams struggle to understand what we're trying to do. We disguise some things and stuff like that, change coverages. But when you add all that together, and then obviously really good players that set a high standard, and then sprinkle some young guys in there to get them experience and understand what it takes, is kind of what we got.
Yeah, it's really cool. Everybody likes to get off to a fast start. Okay, I think Tenor took the ball.
Mm-hmm.
They chose to take the ball, and so a lot of pressure is to still get off to a fast start. And I believe it was the second play of the game. Ethan Gray came up with a big one. Kind of talk us through that a little bit.
Well, that was one where I'm going to give credit to Coach Brian on that. He made a great call, kind of changing our coverage from our base coverage, and put Ethan in a position to kind of be where he was. And then with Ethan, he's a great player, and he's another one of those athletes that sees things before they happen.
Yeah.
He realizes what's going on before the offense does. And he read that and just made a play. And I was kind of watching the quarterback and see him dump it to the right. And so I'm looking for the back over there. And next thing you know, you just see a black streak come flying through there. And it's like, oh, my gosh, he just scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
But those are types of things that like Ethan and Isaiah can do out there because of their athleticism, their vision. And it's a luxury to have one of those guys, and we've got 2 of them back there, and we're really blessed. But it's just a combination of Coach Brian with the way our special teams played, and again with the way our special teams played, and again a lot of question marks there with guys on the coverage units, even kicking. Max had a little bit of experience, but hadn't been the full-time kicker.
Right.
And kicking's another thing that it takes time to kind of get to peak performance. So early in the season, the kicks don't look as good, and then he came out Friday and it's the best he's kicked all season for us. He had a couple touchbacks, got it inside the 10, and I think our guys on those coverage units like that better than last year. Max was putting them in the end zone, and they don't get a chance to tackle.
Yeah.
These guys are chomping at the bit to go run down and make plays. And then just different guys on those coverage units stepping up and making plays.
Yeah, I don't know how many times it happened, but you scored. I can't remember how many touchdowns in the first. It was 47-0. So, but what's happening is this cycle of we're going to kick it off. One of them goes into the end zone, so that's a out to the 20. But then, like you said, some of those didn't go into the end zone. And next thing you know, you're tackling those guys inside the 20, and then each time they're getting 3-and-outed, and then your offense is taking over inside the 50 and plus territory. It's got to be a big advantage.
Oh yeah, and I do think a lot of coaches, I don't want to say neglect that, but don't understand how important that can be to your success. And we talk all the time about with our punt returners is field the punt.
Mm-hmm.
If you have an opportunity to field the punt, field it, whether it's in the air or on a bounce. And I thought we did a great job of fielding punts. I think there was one we weren't able to, and again, that's not because we let it happen, but it just wasn't a good enough punt for us to field. But we did a really good job of fielding punts, and it set us up in really good field position. So if you catch it at midfield and even gain 5 yards, you're in plus territory. And then you got Isaiah back there who's plus 15 yards. Ethan is plus 10, plus 15.
Yeah, it's scary.
And that's on a bad return.
Right.
And then we got Roston Peters back there. We're trying to get him some experience, and as long as he catches punts, he's doing us a favor. And then anything you can add on that's a bonus. We still have to clean some things up on those units, but those were big for us.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking about big, here was some impact plays. Cole Spangler blocks a punt, sets up a touchdown. You mentioned about Isaiah. He had 2 punt returns for 32 yards. Max Perry put that ball in the end zone on that one, and then Garrison Cruz punted down inside the 20 one time. And I thought overall. So I guess it's time to shift gears. So now we're into week 2.
Mm-hmm.
1-0 versus 1-0. You got to go over to Pemberville. It's a great place. They got good kettle corn, so if you need a pregame snack, you're going to be in really good shape. So what's your thoughts about going on the road early in the season like this?
Well, you always kind of wonder, how you're going to react not being at home. The good thing is we did get to travel to Perkins, so you get a little bit of experience there. And we do have guys that obviously have played on the road, especially in like playoff situations, so we should be ready for that. I've coached teams where we played better on the road. And hopefully that's the case this year because we have more road games than home. But we also know how good of a program Eastwood is. So just being on the road is a challenge, and then when you face a team like Eastwood, that's an even bigger challenge.
Yeah, for sure. They just have year in and year out, all the way back to, oh my goodness, into the 80s when Jerry Rutherford took over and had that storied career, and then when his son took over, and now with what's going on over there. Very experienced team again. Very experienced, especially offensively. When you turn that film on, how obvious is some of their experience?
It pops out because you can see a quarterback who understands what he's supposed to do. He gets the ball to people in the right spot at the right time. And then they've got great athletes all over the field. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of one of those programs, in high school, sometimes you run a spread offense and you got like one guy that you can get the ball to. They've got like 4 or 5 that can make plays.
For sure.
And the quarterback that can pull the trigger, he's an elite athlete. He was first team All-Ohio as a sophomore on defense.
Right.
And now he's on offense, and you look at what he did. He quarterbacked, I think, 5 games for them last year and completed like 71% of his passes, which is astronomical. And then when his brother came back from injury, they moved him to wideout, and he had like 8 touchdown catches in 5 games, and 500 yards receiving, whatever it was. But he's a really good athlete. He's very elusive and very, very high football IQ.
Yeah, and the one thing I noticed, that ball gets out of his hands fast, so it's difficult to pressure him and to get sacks. I don't really remember a lot of that from Kenton on that film last week, so that's a big advantage.
Yeah, and I think their coaching staff does a good job of, they're throwing the ball, but it's out quickly, and like I said, they're getting the ball to people in space, and they do a really good job of putting the defense in conflict because they will run the ball. They do some RPO stuff, so if you're pinning your ears back and stopping the run and everybody gets sucked up, and then all of a sudden they're hitting slants behind you and tight ends releasing and things like that. So it's a big challenge defensively to stop all that.
Yeah, and the other component of their passing game that screens. Mm-hmm. They threw a fair amount of screens. Last week versus Kenton, talk about being right on cue with your numbers. They ran 71 offensive plays. That's a lot of offensive plays.
That's more than double what we. That's double what we did.
That's right. And their quarterback, the junior Braden Ludhart, he was 24 of 35. That's 69%, right on cue. 277 yards and 3 touchdowns. And the number that really caught my attention, they had 6 explosive pass plays. They were on the road in Kenton. You know, what's some of those big things that, like when you talk about those explosive plays, that really concerns your defense?
Well, those explosive plays could be short passes that turn into big plays.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure you tackle well in space, and you got to get hats to the ball. It can't just be one-on-one all the time.
Yeah.
Because the odds aren't usually in your favor. And then they'll take shots downfield, so you got to keep a lid on things and make sure you're not letting receivers behind you because they have tremendous speed. So you want to give them cushion and make sure you keep everything in front, and then when you do that, they can dink and dunk you. So we talk a lot about we got to be patient on defense. We talk about patience on offense. We got to be patient on defense and not get antsy that, okay, they're gaining 4 or 5 yards on some pass plays and moving the chains. We got to, let them maybe move the ball, but when we get down into the red zone, we don't have to worry as much about deep stuff, so we can tighten up a little bit, gives them a little bit less space. So we got to really be patient.
Yeah, for sure. They do have several receivers. It makes it really challenging for a defense, but they also have an alpha. Number 2, Cam Shoemaker. What makes that kid so difficult to defend?
He's extremely quick and has good speed. So when he gets the ball, he's shifty and he's got a great burst. And they move him around a lot. They'll put him all over the place. They'll put him at wing. They'll put him in the slot. They'll put him on the outside. So it's hard to really keep track of where he's at. And then they throw in some motion with him. So he's starting on one side and moving to the other. And they'll use him as a decoy, but they like to get him the ball a lot. And he's really versatile. They'll even play some wildcat quarterback with him to get him the ball in the run game. But his versatility and his quickness and his burst are really challenging.
Yeah, let's flip this thing over on the defensive side. Last week, they allowed 20 points against Kenton. Kenton threw for 235 yards, but Eastwood held them to just 97 yards rushing. They've got a veteran linebacker, first team all-leaguer last year in Landon Smith. What's jumping out about their defense?
Like how athletic they are. They're not overly big, but they really run to the ball well, and their guys know their scheme, and they know what their responsibility is, and they kind of simplify it so that they can master what they're doing. So they, don't make a lot of mistakes and really force you, if you're going to score, to take the long way to do it. They're not giving up a lot of big plays. They're going to force you to drive and make you make a mistake. But just very schematically sound, fundamentally very sound, and we're going to have our work cut out for us because they can change things up and move from an odd to an even front.
Yes.
So it's not going to be easy to move the ball, and we just got to be. Again, we got to be patient on offense and just keep the chains moving.
Yeah, I'm guessing that secondary, knowing all those receivers on offense, probably pretty athletic.
Yeah, very athletic. Like I said, the quarterback was all Ohio last year. If you hang a ball up in the air, he's going to go get it. He's very, very athletic and understands, timing and anticipation, and does a good job with that.
Yeah. How about special teams? Is there anything that really got your attention on that phase of the game?
Well, with all the athletes they have, anytime you're kicking the ball to them, you got to be very careful because you can't just avoid one guy and say, well, kick away from this guy, because they've got 2 or 3 other guys that, if the ball's in their hands, will potentially go the distance. So our coverage units are going to have to be ready for anything, be very disciplined because they can flip field position in a hurry. Their kicking game is solid. It's not, they're not kicking a bunch of touchbacks, but they cover well and, just do things in a very fundamentally solid way.
Yeah, I noticed the kickoff team. They don't seem to have that guy this year that can kick it down to the end zone. But they're spraying it all over the place, and kind of sometimes that can be a little dangerous when that ball's on the ground.
Yeah, the football's shaped funny. And when it bounces on the ground, you never know which way it's going to go. And sometimes that's more challenging. And then when you're trying to field the ball off the ground, it can throw off your timing of your blocking and stuff like that, and so you don't always get a good return.
Yeah, so going to Pemberville, going to get on that bus and come home eventually. to get to 2-0, what do you think a few things are that are really key for you guys to do this week?
Well, I think we have to control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. We have to prevent big plays. We can't allow them to get explosives. And we need to take care of the ball. We want to end every drive with a kick, whether that's an extra point or a better. And, you kind of saw Friday night when they get an opportunity.
Yep.
They're hungry. They want to go out there and perform, and it's interesting how invested they are.
Yeah.
Even if they're not full-time players, they're invested in these seniors, especially in their teammates, and they're getting to be very close. And then we look at, the freshmen had a huge win against Perrysburg on Saturday, and you're talking a Perrysburg team that probably trotted out 50 to 60 kids.
Yes.
And our guys went there, and we had a couple injuries to some key guys, and our guys went out there and competed like crazy.
It was impressive.
And those are guys that are starting to understand what the expectation is, and that, mistakes are not okay. We have a high standard, and they're starting to figure that out and play really well together. And it's I think it's a group of freshmen coming very close.
Yeah.
And it's not just we're going to rely on this guy to make all the plays. We all got to pull our weight.
Yeah, and I think the two junior high squads opened up last night. I think both those teams got victories over Maumee, if I heard that right last night. And what's been impressive to me, you're going to have a little bit of a problem coming in the future. You've got 71, 72 players on the team. I think 11 of those are seniors. And I think you got about 30 or 31 eighth graders coming up and about another, 28 or 29 seventh graders. Wow.
Yeah.
You talk about fortunate. Listen to all the things that are going around Ohio about this program not having, or we're slipping down to eight-man football, those types of things. Pretty good blessing right there.
Yeah, and the goal is to keep all those kids out. That, there's power in numbers, but we're going to have to evaluate our equipment inventory and our uniform inventory because if we keep those numbers, I know we're going to be short. So hopefully that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, for sure, and it's probably going to have an opportunity to break the all-time high for roster numbers, I think.
I would think so, but like I said, it great problem to have, and we want all those kids to come out and contribute.
Yeah, well, I think that's going to put a wrap on us this week. Can we do it next week?
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for joining us this week on the 50, and we'll see you next week.
This 2026 Tiger Sports Live broadcast is brought to you by KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, Pisanello's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Swanton Welding, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, Gerald Grain, and Mason Hill Construction. This 2026 Tiger Sports Live broadcast is brought to you by Kleberger Contracting, Linden Engler Auctioneer, Sattler Family Meats, Dental Health Associates, Fessenden Hardware.
Guys, the Tigers are coming off a big Week 1 victory with Tenora.
Yeah, it was a pretty dominant performance there last week for Liberty Center, 61-0 over the Tenora Rams, and we kind of expected Tenora to give us a little bit more on offense last week, but this Liberty Center team is primed on offense, defense, and special teams to be another great team. How great? We don't know yet, but there's another test here tonight in the Eastwood Eagles. And Eastwood, James, they bring a ton of offensive talent. Weapons all over the place, great quarterback, receivers. They got a really big offensive line that keeps their quarterback upright. Talk to us about Eastwood offense, how you see them attacking this Liberty Center defense tonight.
Yeah, I think you watch film, and I think they got to get the ball to their single-digit players. Seems like every decent player they have is number 9 or lower. So if we see a guy with single-digit, we got to lock him up. That includes several receivers with a lot of experience. So I think they'll be comfortable spreading the ball around. And obviously, they have a proven distributor at quarterback. I do think they'll need to attack all areas of the field, short, the intermediate, maybe pick their spots for a deep stuff. Try to create some breakdowns on our defense and maybe get their athletes in positions to win some more one-on-one battles. Now, to do that, obviously, you need time. And for that, we're going to look to the double-digit numbers and see what they can do, see if they can protect that guy consistently. The quarterback's shown he is poised. and he can get through his progressions while being able to move and kind of extend plays, I would try to use our aggression against us. They have a very good screen game, and they will swing it back out of the backfield. If I were Coach Cotterman, also, I would have some draw plays to see if they can't catch us off guard and make something happen, catch our linebackers dropping, and get our guys out of their lanes and see if they can't get there. Although, if it's a quarterback draw, I'm telling my guy, hey, get a few yards and get down, please. Don't need to be a hero tonight.
That's right. That's right. Well, this Eastwood offense, you're going to find tonight, they run the ball a little bit, but it's not really a big part of their offense. They basically run it just to kind of keep the defense honest. This is a big spread. You're going to see 4 or 5 wide tonight. What I really noticed on film is the formations. There are a ton of formations that you're going to see tonight. You're going to see trips to one side. You'll see single receivers with wings. You're going to see a wing with a tight end. They use a tight end a lot. They're going to use number 2, Cam Shoemaker, all over the field where they spread him out wide. They'll have him in the slot. They can put him at a wing. They'll get him on a jet sweep. I think he's kind of the key on offense is number 2, Cam Shoemaker. He's a senior kid that did not play in this game last year against Liberty Center, and he's got a ton of talent, tough kid. We've seen him in basketball a couple years ago in the playoff game. He had a great night against us. So number 2, Cam Shoemaker, all eyes on that guy tonight. Creativity is another thing on offense. I mean, the screen game, James, you mentioned, they can screen you out wide. They screen you to the short side. They screen the wing. They'll screen a tight end. And they just have a lot of different things that are going on in offense. And I think when you just look at their route tree, it's way more advanced than Tenora that we saw last week. Tenora felt like you kind of got into a predictable just tree, and you kind of knew what guys were doing, and our defense was all over that. I think the key to Eastwood tonight is change those formations up, keep us off balance, use our aggression against us in the screen game, James. That was a good point because traditionally there's been times when the screen gives us trouble. That you get that wing out, you got our three rushers that are coming up, you slip that little wing in behind in the screen game, that can catch up, basically take your aggression and use it against you. So I see Eastwood kind of moving that in, and it's a talented offense. This quarterback's probably one of the best 2 or 3 we're going to see in the regular season.
Yeah, definitely.
I would say, and I think just skill level, probably top 2 or 3 also that we're going to see in this regular season, just really across the board. I really like this Eastwood group, and they have 17 starters coming back. So this is an experienced group, 8 on offense, 9 on defense. Sam Cotterman's 4th year. He's got 28 wins in the last 3 years. So this is an experienced coach. They had a lot of success over here, a successful program. And, they're not going to be intimidated by Liberty Center. They felt us last year. And I think you can improve on some things and in the run game and different things and potentially make this game much closer than it was last year. Jeremy kind of filling in and getting into LC defense here. What do you see LC defense against Eastwood tonight? What are some of the keys you see?
Yeah, as you guys previously said, Eastwood is going to pass to set up the run and not vice versa. So it is going to be a big challenge for these LCDBs tonight. But I can't tell you how important the experience that our DBs have from last season and what that means. It is huge. It's huge for the confidence level. I think our DBs are up for the task. And Tiger fans, don't be surprised if Eastwood dinks and dunks down the field. But as they do that, and they're going to gain some yardage, most likely, but as they do that, when they get into the red zone, it starts to shrink the field a little bit. And that's where it's probably going to get even a little tougher for Eastwood when that field shrinks. So we'll see how the DBs respond tonight to a really big test and a really talented offense in Eastwood. Obviously, nothing behind, right? We got to keep everything in front, make good open field tackles. And that's the other thing I'm excited to see out of this linebacking crew and these DBs is I want to see some good open field tackles tonight. The big hit's great. I hope I see it. But more importantly, let's wrap up and get into the ground.
Absolutely. With these athletes on the outside, really important to tackle against this Eastwood offense. And for Liberty Center's defense, they were spectacular last week. every level, linebackers, secondary, and if you're going to go attack this Liberty Center defense, you have two snipers that are somewhat inexperienced but played great last year, and Ethan Gray and Isaiah Badenhop on the outside corners, they just had nothing doing last week on at any level. So I think Eastwood's got to mix it up and throw the ball down the field a little bit this week as well. Jesse kind of mentioned it. Tenora really wasn't testing us down the field. And when they did, it was more the outsides and your corner sides. Maybe work some of those seams, work the middle of the field, and kind of change some of that because our corners are locked down right now.
Yeah, they definitely, they kind of lure you to sleep with some of those outs, those curls, that stuff. They'll send guys down the field about 7-8 yards, and they'll just sit and wait and flow with their quarterback, and he makes things happen and gets to them. But I think it was 2 of their touchdowns last week were those kind of seams. They kind of drew some guys in, saw a linebacker, whatever, and just hit them over the top. So, yeah, we'll see if they have some of those option read type things. If they see one of our backers coming, if they've got a seam route and just try and go right over the top, try and catch our rover, going this way or another, and see if they can't get one.
A couple players to keep an eye on for Eastwood. Shoemaker, we kind of mentioned him, 53 catches, 669 yards, 10 touchdowns last year. He was out for part of the season. I know he didn't play against us. Edmund Opfer, 52 catches, 698, 7 touchdowns. Ludhart, he's probably their best athlete, 1,000 yards passing, 11 touchdowns from the quarterback, and then his brother, who was hurt, played part of the season at quarterback. Then he moved to receiver. He had 573 receiving yards with 8 touchdowns. So he's an athlete all over the place, not a guy that's really going to look to get out of the pocket much. He kind of likes to stay in that pocket and throw it. He will run it. He's capable, but doesn't really like to. Then Braden Brown, running back, 131 carries, 632, 11 touchdowns. And that's a guy they're going to use out of the backfield a lot, just not carrying the football. Getting to Liberty Center's defense here, the defensive line was dominant last week. Linebackers obviously were fantastic as well. In the secondary, played very solid. Other than tackling, what else do you see here key for Liberty Center defense tonight?
You mentioned tackling, but tackling after the catch, limit the damage. Sometimes, like I said, they're going to dink and dunk. We can't cover the entire 53 yards of the field all the way, so they're going to get some catches. They're going to take what we give them to a point, but don't let him break that tackle like we saw a little bit last year. A little quick screen, testing the young sophomore, freshly in the game DB. Don't miss that one, secure it, and then let's live to play another down, I guess.
Going to Liberty. I like, too, James, to add to that. Eastwood likes to get the ball out quick, and this offensive line that they have does a good job of just, as you mentioned in the podcast, keeping ground, occupying space. It will be interesting to see if this defensive line can get any pressure on Ludhart tonight, make him a little uncomfortable.
Getting to Liberty Center's offense, dominant performance last week. We just saw, explosive plays all over the field. This game last year, Eastwood really struggled stopping Liberty Center's run. I think we had close to 400 yards rushing. James, if you're Eastwood, you turn the film on, it's easy to say, all right, we got to stop the run. How do you stop the run, and how do you eliminate chunk plays if you're Eastwood tonight?
Right, yeah, definitely. I look back, and in their 3 losses last year, they averaged giving up 275 yards a game rushing. So I would hope that would be a point of emphasis for them this offseason. We know their coach challenged them to be tougher, so we'll see kind of how they respond to that tonight. They have about 8 or 9 starters returning on defense, so we'll see if they keep their poise and not get frustrated when we do break off some of those. And, maybe they do get us in a third and something and we convert. We'll see if they can stay poised. They don't get too frustrated about that. Now, on the flip side, when a defense is a little undersized like they are, but quick, we have to get a good push. We got to maintain our blocks, get down the field. They have 3, one way or another, all-league linebackers. So if we can get some drive blocks, get some guys down the field, we'll take away some of those linebackers' lanes and pursuit angles that, could help spring some of those big plays,
If you look at just some of the scoring drives Liberty Center last year, 1 play, 62 yards, touchdown, 4 plays, 52 touch, 5 plays, 55, 3 plays, 35, 7 plays, 56, 9 plays, 76. I mean, there were explosive plays all over the field, and it started in the run game. I think we only had 100 yards passing. But I think that's the key for Eastwood tonight. You got to make Liberty Center try to drive the field, extended possessions, and you got to make us throw the ball. You got Jack Badenhop, the sophomore quarterback. We know how talented Jack is, obviously, but if you're a defense, you got to say, all right, we know he's talented, but he also is inexperienced. So let's try to put the ball in his hands as much as possible and see if he can't get a turnover or two if you're Eastwood. I think we might break here for the alma mater and then get into the national anthem. Mark, is that correct?
Yep. We'll go ahead and take a break here for their alma mater and the national anthem, and we'll be right back after this.
The United States of America was founded on the principles of liberty and justice. Through our Declaration of Independence in the world's oldest working constitution, we the people have set the example of a self-governing republic with unalienable individual rights. As described by President Ronald Reagan, our nation continues to be the shining city on the hill. For 2.5 centuries, we have been tested by adversaries who try to extinguish the light of freedom. But as one great people, we unite to keep the torch of liberty shining bright. We salute the men and women of our military who work every day to protect our freedoms. Current conflicts bring new advisories and tactics, but the same light of liberty still shines as bright as it did in 1776. In Abraham Lincoln's immortal words, may we always be a nation of the people, by the people, and for the people. Tonight, the Star-Spangled Banner will be performed by the Eastwood Band, under the direction of Mr. Jonathan Root, Assistant Director of Bands at Eastwood High School. The colors are proudly being posted by Troy Webster American Legion, Post 240, Lucky, Ohio. Let us unite in honoring our country by rising to face the flag, placing your right hand over your heart, and singing our national anthem. The field flag used tonight is courtesy of the Pemberville Freedom
We're
Fire
back here
Department.
on the Tiger Sports Live pregame. Jigs, go ahead and talk a little bit about some Eastwood and LC special teams.
Yeah, folks at home, we apologize. We are outside of the press box tonight. We are looking right into the sun. I don't have the space to kind of put my paperwork and some of those things. So I don't even have a roster right now. So if we're miscommunicating numbers or players or whatever, we apologize. We're doing our best up here. Yeah, I wanted to get into the special teams a little bit. Our returners, Isaiah Badenhop and Ethan Gray, are very explosive. We saw what they could do last year. James, my question was, will we see an explosive return tonight in the return game?
Well, I mean, we'll see how many kick returns we actually have.
Okay.
Tenora was only able to get us one, and they squibbed it. So, we'll see. But I'm hoping Eastwood gets a fair amount of opportunities to work on their kick returns tonight. And we'll just continue to work on our punt returns and go from there, which, last week Isaiah was a step away from probably two. One was a shoestring, one just kind of tight roping down the sidelines. From us, and if Roston Peters maybe goes a little more lateral, the young sophomore got upfield. If he goes a little more lateral, I think he gets to that wall and probably walks into the end zone. It was there. It was set up. Honestly, I think we're due. We'll see the opportunities we get on the kick return. But I think now Eastwood has great overall team speed, so it can be hard. They're going to find their angles and they're going to be able to run us down. But we'll see if we can't get the blocking out and find some cutbacks if we can't bust one tonight.
On the other side, Eastwood, those two players we talked about, Shoemaker, Opper, their biggest receivers, best receivers, they're going to be returning most likely their kickoffs and punt returns. So those are guys that can absolutely go if you don't stay in your lane. So it's going to be important for Liberty Center return teams tonight to stay in your lanes, know your role, know your responsibility, and do it, because these guys can absolutely take it to the house at any time. Jeremy, talking about keys for Eastwood to win this game. In order for Eastwood to beat Liberty Center tonight, what do they got to do?
Well, they got to play super clean. They have to stop this train of a run, which is a very tall task and it's going to be something very difficult, in my opinion, for them to do. And I think they're going to have to hit some big plays and maybe have a interception or some turnovers to deal with. Some things are going to have to go their way. I think this Tiger team is just so talented and so good, and if they stay disciplined, do their jobs, I think it's a tall task for Eastwood tonight, as good as they are, and that's just giving a lot of respect to this Tiger team.
James?
If you're Eastwood, bust long plays when you get the opportunities, but I do think they need to dink and dunk and see if they can't keep the ball away from us a little bit. We've shown that we are able to, to take one at any moment. So if they can get a couple first downs, but if they hit a big play, as a coach, it's easy to kind of say, hey, we just missed that one. We'll get it next time. It's no big deal. But it is, disheartening when the team rattles off, boom, boom, boom down the field and kind of just moves the ball on you. Just as a coach, there's not a whole lot to say. We're pretty good at that in the past. Now we've been more explosive here lately, but it's very disheartening. And there's not a lot to say when you're just getting rolled all over the field and the team marches down the field. So if Eastwood can do that, then they can maybe get a little confidence. Their coaches can kind of work them up a little bit and say we're in this and kind of roll with it, see what happens. But
I think the key is if you get a couple stops early, if you're Eastwood, if you can get a 3 and out early or 2, and then go down a quick strike and go up and make Liberty Center play from behind and get some confidence. If you're Eastwood, you hear Liberty Center, you know what they did last year, you see the size, you see the talent. It's good to see it happen, right? If you can get a couple, have some success early, maybe that breeds confidence for this Eastwood team here tonight. And, Liberty Center offensively, really liked what I saw from Jack Badenhop last week. Obviously had the early interception. I think that's something that he'll grow into and he'll see and understand coverage and all of those things. But his ability to break when the play breaks down, to tuck it and run it and have the vision to do what he did was so impressive. And I hit on it quickly last week, but I played a little quarterback as a sophomore, and I'm telling you, the game is moving so fast. And for him to be able to make those plays I thought was so impressive.
One of the hardest things to do defensively for a team is to cover a running quarterback, right? And if he can only just get us a first down here and there when we need it, but he can do so much more.
Yep.
It's going to be, if he's on it and he does the right thing at the right time, very difficult to stop.
Yeah, it's almost unfair. When he gets in the scramble drill, that's a cheat code because you could do everything right as a defense,
Yes.
cover everybody up, and all of a sudden he slips out and goes. I bet that was disheartening for Tenor
Disheartening,
last week, I'm
absolutely.
Sure, you know.
Well, and they did. And those plays that he did run, they
Yes.
had us covered up.
Yeah.
There was nobody open. So that was the only option to tuck it and run, and he did it and scored 2 touchdowns last week. So that's just another sliver of the offensive talent the Liberty Center's got, and obviously Lonzak, and you talk about Gary, and you talk about Isaiah Badenhop and Ethan Gray.
Yes.
I mean, holy smokes. I'm interested to see Ethan Gray kind of get going a little bit here tonight. Kind of quiet last week. Didn't get a whole lot of touches at the halfback position. So we'll see if they get him going early here tonight. Coaching staffs, they can sense some of those things at times and say, all right, we got to get that guy the ball. We got to get him going. So would not be surprised to see number 2 get the ball early and often here tonight.
Jesse touched on that a little bit in the podcast this week. And with it being such an embarrassment of riches offensively, it's like, well, oh yeah, we got to get this guy the ball because he's really good. Yeah, we do. we got so many guys that are so good.
That's right.
It's a fantastic time to be an LC Tiger football fan.
It looks like we will be receiving.
Yep. Eastwood won the toss and deferred.
Okay. Liberty Center will start with the ball. Beautiful night for football here. What do you got? About 65. Sun is in our face. When that goes down, it'll be a little better, but just gorgeous weather here today.
Beautiful night here in Eastwood. As the band and the cheerleaders exit the field, the Tigers take the field. Going orange pants and the white jerseys this evening.
Classy. Good crowd here for the Tigers. Always traveling well.
We found out late that we were going to be in the stands for this broadcast, and we scrambled to get a spot.
I think Rick Carr move for us?
I think
he did.
I think a couple people moved, and if you're watching this broadcast after, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
I had to go lay on the stands for 35 minutes over there.
I mean,
on top of somebody's blanket.
Bob Shaddy's over here elbowing Jeremy. He needs more room.
Bob Shaddy's saving the spot for us, knocking people out so nobody takes it. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it.
We've got Ethan and Isaiah deep, but if you squib it on our right side and get it to Brody Jakeway, he can take it too. He will take it all the way, yeah.
All right, Eastwood has the ball teed up. And we are ready for action. Number 3 squibs it, mishandled by the Tigers, picked up by Jakeway. And he's going to be brought down right there at the 30-yard line.
Still good field position.
Great job there by Brody just to pick it up, secure it. Great field position, as you said, James. And here comes Tigers offense. Looks like we're going to have talent at the left guard. Parasini at the right tackle. Henry Fitzenreiter, right guard. Jack Ward, center. Kellen Weimer, left tackle.
Tigers come to the line. Badenhop under center. Pitches left to Gary Cruz. Not a whole lot doing. Gain of a couple.
Good stop that time by Eastwood. They had about 7 in the box. Looks like the guard kind of pulled around, couldn't quite make the block, and just kind of jumbled that thing up. Nice first down stop there by Eastwood.
Looks like they shifted down into some gaps a little bit, and they're just trying to get penetration and see if they can't throw off some of those guards.
Badenhop's going to go out of the gun on second down. Looks, throws right, swing pass to J-Lawn. And he's got close to first down yardage. Let's see where it's spotted. He's going to be about a yard short. 3rd and short for the Tigers.
Nice little draw up that time. Just a little swing pass. Lonzak Jack putting it on his numbers, and talked about just getting that guy the ball, getting the ball in space and let him go.
We saw a little bit of his speed. We heard he might be hobbled just a little bit, dealing with some toe stuff this week. So we'll see if he can actually break one or not. But
we'll see what the Tigers decide to do on 3rd and short.
Well, we've got one-on-one to our sidelines with Jackson.
Bainhop give up the middle. Ooh, I don't know. It's going to be close.
Ooh, they're going to give him the first down.
First down, Tigers.
That was tight that time.
Hurry up,
Very
offense.
tight.
Here we go.
That would have been one of those stops for Eastwood
Yeah,
early that
there
you
you
guys
go.
spoke of,
Yeah.
but we got the first down, and now we're going quick. Bainhop under center. Give off the right side to Gray.
Okay.
Gray's got room.
Good cut
He
there.
cuts it back across the middle. Oh! He was close to breaking that loose. Big time gain for Ethan Gray.
Well, that's some of the vision with Ethan, man. That was a great cutback. Got a little shoestring tackle at the end, but boy, he was close to breaking that baby wide open.
Yep, we see some of those 46 traps there where he's able to get a little room and find that slashing lane and just take it.
Kellen
Looks-
Weimer coming off. Looks like he lost his helmet.
Brother Colton coming in for him.
Get that equipment fixed and get him back in there.
Got tackles right.
2nd and short for Liberty. Fake up the middle. Badenhop throws it deep on the right side.
Yes,
It's
sir.
caught!
What a
It's
catch.
caught by Badenhop.
Well, they're
There's-
saying out.
Ooh, he was out of bounds, incomplete.
Jack stood in there and threw that one. He got hit. Great track there by Isaiah. I think he just kind of ran out of the room. That ball took him out of bounds. Just a fuzz. That's the first real deep ball that we've seen from Jack.
Yeah, right.
Little wounded duck there, but it got there.
Yep.
Was
Nice
a
play
great,
design.
great catch as well.
2nd and short. It's a good time to take a shot right there.
Agree. 3rd and short now for Liberty. Bainhop gives up the middle to Cruz. Cruz has the first down as he's across midfield into Eastwood territory.
If you're Eastwood, last year, the first play of the game, Gary goes 62 yards for a touchdown. This is much better for Eastwood's defense here. You're showing some things. It's not easy yet for this Liberty Center run offense, and you got to be happy if you're the DC for Eastwood so far.
Eastwood so far managing this.
Uh-oh, we had 12 in the huddle. Just counting them up.
As Liberty going to get flagged for 12, it appears. Oh, they're waving it off.
Okay.
Okay.
Waving it off.
This inside run game has been tough for Liberty so far. More success than the outside. So
For
we'll see
sure.
what happens with that center guard duo. Eastwood's got a couple big boys right inside there that we're having a hard time moving so far.
Yeah, definitely trying to bog down that middle. We'll see if we can get going.
First down Tigers. Badenhop gives to Lonzak around the left side. Stiff arm. Get out the way. He's still on his feet. Still on his feet. That's a full-size man run for Jalon. You betcha.
Man, oh man, you give him a little space. That stiff arm is nasty. Just not much you can do against. You can't get into his legs. Try taking him high, and then the stiff arm hits you, and he's just breaking tackles after that. What a run
very
there.
patient. We saw that with Gary early. You know, we got bogged down a little bit on that 3rd down. Waited, found the cut, got the positive yards.
1st and 10, Tigers well into Eastwood territory. Badenhop's in the gun. He fakes left, going to keep it right.
Power.
Excuse me, fakes right, goes left, gains a couple. It's going to be 2nd and about 6 for the Tigers.
I didn't even really see that. Was that a busted play, or was that design?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Design. We had a guard coming back.
Okay.
So, yep.
He kind of faked to nobody there, but
Nice positive yards there for Jack. 2nd and manageable.
a nice sustained drive for the Tigers, but at the same time, Eastwood's saying, "Okay, all right, we're doing okay." As Badenhop rolls right, looking across the middle.
That's a dart. What a dart!
Is he in? Is he in? No, short. They're saying he's down. Murdoch. Oh, man, he's down at the 1. Great throw and catch. Badenhop to Murdoch.
Oh, man, what a post route. Great throw, man. Put it right on the numbers.
We got trips right, Jack rolling to his right. It's easy for that backside post to just, kind of disappear, and then we found it.
There you go. That safety follows over. You got basically one-on-one. You get the corner on the backside.
And you got to be tall enough to see that.
That's right.
He is, so.
What a throw and catch. Badenhop to Murdoch. Badenhop pitch off the left side to Cruz. Yeah. He's in for a Tiger touchdown.
That's a great finish there by Liberty Center. Got a couple third down plays. Eastwood showed some resistance on defense early, but man, oh man, you get this run game and they just continue wearing on you. And Murdoch, that's not even a guy we talk about that much, but very capable receiver, went and got that one. That's a great throw and a great catch.
Yep, and patient with the run again. He didn't just catch it and sprint to a spot. He waited, read, and got in.
Perry for the point after try. The kick is up, and it's good. With 6:57 left in the first quarter, it is 7-0 Liberty Center. And guys, Liberty showed really good balance on that offensive drive. A lot of patience, just steadily drove down the field. Impressive.
I love how they were using the pass game right now. We're not overly using it. There were 3 passes on that drive, or maybe it was 4. 3 or 4 passes on that drive, but yeah, it doesn't have to be deep. We had the one deep drive, but you get Lon and Zach on that little swing. That's a great little route there, and then that backside draw up. My guess is somebody upstairs saw that play and said, all right, let's roll out. You're going to get single coverage, and Jack can rip it in there.
Probably threw him off coming out 4 wide like that. Yeah. Hard to adjust to that on the fly.
Not a common formation.
So it looks like just Shoemaker back deep. You got Brown kind of as the up man. Number 2.
I think we've got Weems, number 6, on their right side.
Okay. All very capable returners here for Eastwood.
As Perry tees it up. Kicks it deep. Coming over here to this side. Good hit.
Adam Foster,
Tiger special teams.
Spangler.
Yep. Cole Spangler with a birthday tackle. He turned 17 today.
All right.
Happy birthday, Cole.
You betcha. Cole Spangler.
Guy's sticking his nose in it all the time. I love it. Tough.
We'll see what the Tigers do here on their first defensive stint of the ball game.
Pretty good field position here for Eastwood. Ball on the 30.
Looks like about the same defense as last week.
Yep. You see Eastwood's line. They got some big boys up there. Great pass blockers.
A little tighter with their formation here.
Ludhart out of the gun.
Halfback pass.
We have procedure Eastwood.
They were setting up a trick play that time. Number 6 was acting like he was blocking Gray, and he was going to go deep. Shoemaker's going to throw that ball.
I think you're right.
That's absolutely what they were doing.
Going for the home run early. Didn't work out for Eastwood.
That's if you're a coach, you're ticked.
Yeah.
You worked on that play all week, and then you get a penalty. Like now he can't do it again.
Yeah.
Gee, Merry Christmas.
Maybe bring it up fourth quarter, but probably not.
Yeah.
Puts Eastwood behind the sticks, 1st and 15. Ludhart gives straight up the middle. Gained a couple. Tackled there by Cruz. That was number 4, Brown. 2nd and 11.
And 4 yards. They got to be almost happy with that. That's why you wish it was still 1st and 10 on that one.
Well, Brown's a good running back. I mean, he really is. It's just not really what they do.
Right.
This offensive line is more of a pass blocking. They're not driving. They're not hitting hips. They're not doing what we do on the offensive line. So, more just space takers.
Brown again in the backfield. Ludhart looks left. Across the middle to number 6.
Yeah.
Good tackle. Right there by Easton Flory.
Easton Flory, man, that guy's getting more and more confidence. He had that big play early last week. He had that blitz, and you could just see the young junior with his first start. That gains confidence, right? Boy, that's a big-time play by a middle linebacker.
Great open field tackle by Flory.
A little bit of a delayed crossing route there with the guy out there, and kind of hoping our linebackers vacate, get to their hook zones. But Easton Flory stayed home and made him pay.
Got to bring up 3rd and 7 for Eastwood. Got a blitz up the middle. Ludhart looks, throws, caught. Going to be a yard short of the first down, I believe. Going to be really close.
Ooh, that is
half
close.
the yard.
Adam. They're calling 4th down, aren't they? Adam Foster.
Oh, they're sending it.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Boy, that looks like a half-yard short.
Wow. It is very clearly short, and the referee signaled first down.
Foster, nice tackle that time. That's one of our keys is tackling tonight, and he was all over that route and got him right to the ground.
There we go again, too, with them attacking in the middle of the field. Now, their guy, he paid for it a little bit, so we'll see how often they actually go for that. But
good point there.
Not afraid.
What are they talking about? They are going to measure. Okay.
Okay. Sticks will come out. According to the down marker, they're a half yard short,
right?
But we'll see if that translates.
He had that quick trigger, man. He was going first down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did.
Oh, boy.
And the Tiger fans have retribution over here. They saw it. All right, 4th and short for Eastwood.
This is when you like to have a power run game, James, right here.
Yeah.
This will be interesting. I mean, I don't know that they go over under center. I don't think I've seen a play where they do. So this will probably maybe a read option, shotgun read option here to get this. Or maybe a little quick screen too, little bubble screen.
Quick bubble.
Big play for both teams in this ball game early with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Trying to draw Liberty off sides, unsuccessful. Ludhart looks back at his sideline. Takes a snap, gives up the middle. They got first down yardage and more as Brown is almost to the 50.
That's a good run there by Eastwood. And it's like we kind of missed inside on the tackle. Big 4th down gain there for Eastwood. Getting a little confidence on offense.
Yeah, big time. Big time.
Conversion sigh of relief, that you got that one, that you didn't have to punt right away, and then, we'll see how we respond because we're not used to first downs that aren't aided by us.
Right.
1st and 10 Eastwood on the 50. Brown in motion. Ludhart, little bubble screen over here. Great open field tackle by Badenhoff. Cleaned up by Weimer.
He just sniped right through there. That's tough, man. When you are in that spot, you got those two big offensive linemen coming out. He knifed right through there, found it, and blew that play up. I noticed with Brady last week, too, his leverage. Yeah. And when he was playing outside run last week, man, he was in the right spot almost every time, forcing stuff back into those linebackers. That's a great play.
Yeah, definitely. The right amount of power and speed and awareness to get out there and get it.
Bring up 2nd and 11 for Eastwood.
Short time.
Ludhart, fake.
Uh-oh.
Oof. Oh, big hit. Oh. Who was that?
Isaiah
Big
Badenhoff.
hit by Badenhoff.
Oof. Man, these corners are quick, man.
Whoa.
You can't hang your receiver out like that.
Whoa.
That is trouble. Isaiah sticking it. Love that.
Colton Weimer off the edge, got his hands up. Quarterback may have had to sail it just a little bit, so it wasn't just batted right in his face. So,
yeah, it had some zip, maybe not quite as much as he wanted, but either way, Badenhoff closed so fast. Yeah. 3rd and long for Eastwood. They're going backwards. Ludhart drops straight back. Looking over here to this
Good
side.
route.
It's
Oh,
going to
look
be
at this.
incomplete. What a play by Ethan Gray to knock that ball loose and bring up 4th down and long.
Man, oh man, that's why it's so hard to do much against this Liberty Center defense. You got a great route, a great ball that time, and Ethan just coming in and swatting that thing away.
What a play.
Oh, that's great corner play.
See our punt return here, Gray and Isaiah Badenhop deep.
Mm-hmm. Man, that's a nice play.
What
The
a play by-
secondary is pretty special.
Gray working out a little cramp, it appears, in that calf. Hopefully gets some fluids, and he's going to be okay as Eastwood drops the punt. High spiraling kick to Gray. He's going to bring it up the middle. He's trying to get to the wall on the right side, and he's going to be brought down at around the 15. It's a little hard to see these yard markers over here with the sun glare and Tiger fans, so I apologize if I'm inaccurate, but it'll be the Tigers taking over deep in their territory.
James, you talked about Eastwood playing keep away almost. I think if you're Eastwood offense right there, that didn't result in points, but look at the clock.
Sure.
Right? This is only second possession Liberty's going to get in this first quarter, where sometimes it's 28-0 in the first quarter against teams that we play. So I think if you're Eastwood right now, pretty happy early.
Definitely.
I agree with that. See if the Tigers can put a nice long drive together or if it happens quicker. Badenhop under center. It's going to be reversed to Lonzak. Cut back. He's got some room, and he's brought down. Good gain there for Lonzak on the reverse.
Love that play. Get the defense going one way, and you come back the other. Nice little cut there by Jackson, too, to get some extra yards on first down.
Yeah, and it didn't break, like we're used to, but he took his time. He read his blocks. He didn't run up on his blocks and let someone else get him from behind.
Second and 4 for Liberty.
You got single coverage over here again.
Badenhop gives up the middle to Gray. Not much doing for Ethan Gray.
I'm telling you what, Eastwood inside is playing well so far.
Yeah.
They're really stuffing that. That 0-1, nothing really doing inside.
Yeah, and we've continued again this week. The dive just hasn't, for whatever reason. It's a quick hitter. I don't know if we need a little bit slower developing plays like we've seen. Sometimes the quick hitters work on teams that don't get out of their stance as well. And maybe these guys are staying low and getting, clogging it up, and it's not working.
Eastwood impressive early up the middle. 3rd and 4 for Liberty. Badenhop out of the gun. Fakes, throws across the middle to Jay Long. He's breaking tackles up to the 48. Jackson Lonzak. Good throw by Badenhop.
Yeah, I love that formation. I think you had 3 split, then you keep Lonzak in that wing roll, and you get him on a linebacker. That's just a mismatch every single time. I mean, we've run the pop pass forever around here, and that's all that was. Just run straight ahead. You already got leverage on the linebacker, put it on his numbers, and first down.
And you have to honor that fake. When it's the
Sure.
30, you have to honor it. You can't bail on him.
Yep.
I love the pot pass.
Oh.
I think I called for the audible pot pass probably 10 times a game, and Scotty Overmeyer maybe listened once, and I wanted it so much, and I'm like, it's
Scotty,
open.
the
It's
linebacker's
open.
outside, man. Come on. He's on my hip already.
I was
Slow
like,
it.
it's open like every other play. Throw the ball.
Kurt Silvas would always get mad at me because Brett was always the wing. And Brett would always, that linebacker's outside leverage. I'd call it, and I'd throw it to Brett. And Silvas is like, dude, quit throwing to your cousin, man. You're just trying to get pad his stats. What are you doing?
Oh, you got to love that quick pop pass. And, as a receiver, you always think you're open.
Of course.
Right? It's always open.
Of course.
I got a window. Just give me the ball in the window.
Linebacker's on the outside, man. I run on a little bit of an
That's
angle.
right.
He's on my hip.
I'm always open.
That's a catch.
I'm always open. That's what everybody should think. 1st and 10 Liberty at their own 48. Badenhop under center. Give off the left side to Cruz. Cruz jukes, jives. Good gain of 5 yards on 1st and down.
Good patient run that time by Gary. Nothing really outside. Kind of cut it back inside to Get a solid 5.
That could be tough to do. That's definitely a sign of a veteran. You know, maybe as a sophomore, he's just ready to run through his own blocker and make something happen, but good patience.
Slow is smooth, smooth is fast for
spread.
Garrison Cruz.
A lot of spread formations tonight.
Second down. Little pitch to Ethan
like
Gray,
that.
moving right side.
There we go.
He's got room on the right, and he's upended for first down yardage. Good run, Ethan Gray.
Well, take your pick. You can run that play with any of these weapons.
Yeah.
Ethan Gray's another good one to run it with, and, man, good positive yards that time. That's a great play for us.
Hurry up. Hurry up.
Liberty's going quick.
When you going to call Isaiah's number here? You got him one-on-one.
I wouldn't mind
Man,
it.
oh, man.
Oh, that was tight.
And look at he's 10 yards off. You could stick him right now or run him on the post, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Fade him up. Would not be surprised to see that coming.
Timeout. No, that's the quarter. End of the first quarter. Liberty 7, Eastwood 0.
Take it.
This 2026 Tiger Sports Live broadcast is brought to you by KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, Pisanello's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Swanton Welding, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, Gerald Grain, and Mason Hill Construction. This 2026 Tiger Sports Live broadcast is brought to you by Kleberger Contracting, Linden Engler Auctioneer, Sattler Family Meats, Dental Health Associates, Fessenden Hardware, Amazing Smiles Orthodontics, Bose Trailer Sales, Doodle Bean Coffee, Philip Roseman Construction, and Dutchman Construction.
We got a great football game going on here in Eastwood as we start this second quarter. Liberty 7, Eastwood 0. Not quite what we're used to for this high-powered offensive Liberty, but they are driving. And if you're Eastwood guys, you're not mad about it.
No. Playing good ball so far.
Badenhop, fake, rolls left. He throws over there to Badenhop, his brother, and we got a PI flag. It's going to be a first down well inside the red zone for Liberty.
I don't know how intentional that was or not, but sometimes you just, let's take the 15, not the 6,
That's right. Yeah, he definitely had a step. Yeah. Definitely had a step on him that time. Good job by Jack to throw that thing out there and give it a chance. It looked like the old school boot pass there.
Was.
We don't see that a whole lot anymore. That's kind of old school.
We keep it in the junior high. Misdirection in junior high is key.
That's true. That's true.
May have been a business decision PI there for the Eastwood defender.
Mark off of the penalty will be first and 10 Tigers ball at the Eastwood 20-yard line.
As the Tigers threaten first down on the 20, Liberty. Badenhop in the gun. Cruz to his left. It's going to be a give off the right side to Cruz. Cruz has some room, knocks some people down, shoves another one out of the way, and he gets down to the 5. A heck of a run for Garrison Cruz.
Yeah, great downfield blocking, too. I thought Murdoch down there. I saw Ethan Gray down there blocking down the field, and Gary's going to wear on you, man. He is going to wear on you. It's just a matter of time.
Was able to use their aggression, their pursuit a little against them there and let them fly by and have a good cutback.
First and goal, about 5 yards for the Tigers to hit pay dirt early in the second quarter. Badenhop out of the gun. Give to the right to Lonzak.
Oh, what a block.
Lonzak's walking in. Touchdown, Tigers.
Gary Cruz doesn't just run it. He just completely took that corner and flipped him. What a block, Gary Cruz, and Lonzak untouched. Big-time drive there for the Tigers. Go up 2 scores.
We'll see if the coaches see it or not, but if Jack wanted to take that thing out on by himself, he walks in the end zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see if they catch that and
later.
Go for it. Yeah.
Good idea, James. I'm sure the coaches are tuning into the broadcast for suggestions live. Perry for the point after, and it's good. 14-0 Liberty with 11-12 left in the second quarter.
Max is bombing that ball tonight, isn't he? That's 2 big-time kicks on the extra points.
Guys, I got some stats here, cumulative stats right now. Liberty Center with a total of 138 yards to Eastwood's 21. 17 plays for the Tigers, 7 for the Eagles. 85 yards rushing to 14 yards rushing, and 53 yards passing for the Tigers to 7 for the Eagles. So dominant performance so far by the Liberty Center Tigers.
Certainly 7 yards passing, not what Eastwood wanted early in this game. That last drive of the Tigers was a systematic just destruction of that defense. Great drive by the Tigers. Of course, aided by that PI as well. But
I think it's important for Eastwood here to get a drive, get some points. You don't want to go down 21-0.
Yes.
If you can go get a score in here, 14-7, run some clock, get into the half, you're feeling pretty good about yourself.
Right. So far, Liberty's defense doing the job against this Eastwood passing attack. We'll see if they can keep up the good work early in the second quarter. Perry back to kick. Kicks it off to the left side, and that will go out of bounds. Eastwood will take it at the
35.
35, yeah. Pulled that one a little bit. Had one of those last week. Although his first kickoff, I was about, 15 yards away from it, and it hit about the 3. Went lateral, went sideways, I thought, and then it just snuck in there. So
we got Lucas. Nate's the dad. What am I thinking? Lucas Lighty in there, the nose tackle.
Nice.
New number I see.
Got a high motor. We'll see if he can't get through up the middle.
Give Kellen a rest here. Move Henry outside and Colton Weimer outside.
We'll see what Eastwood can do. Ludhart fake gives up the middle to Brown. Brown's got room up the middle. Big hit by a Tiger. Couldn't get that number, but he gained about 8.
Was that Ethan Gray on the initial hit? Murdoch.
Yep.
Murdoch. Big hit there. Eastwood's had some success. I think that's their 3rd or 4th run play, and it's been positive. It's been 4 or 5 yards about every play. You wouldn't be surprised to see them stick with that a little bit here.
A little bit of a surprise, right? A little bit of a surprise there for Eastwood and the Liberty defense. He did move sideways more than forward. It wasn't 8. It was about 4 yards, maybe 5 he gained. So second and about 6.
Max Perry in at Rover. They've got Shoemaker one-on-one at the top.
Ludhart looks, has time, now pressure. Sacked by Colton Weimer. He may have gained a yard or 2.
That's good pursuit there by Colton. Got the initial rush, and quarterback steps up. Pursuit. Motor was able to bring him down. Good play there.
Kellen Weimer back in, giving Fitzenreiter a break.
Third and 4 for Eastwood. Ludhart fakes, rolls right. He's going to throw it, and it is going to be caught. Caught. First down Eastwood as he slides out of bounds.
Nice little peel block that time. Lonzak kind of had the beat on the quarterback, and lineman kind of came back and chipped him. Was able to give him a little bit more time to get that completion.
Yep, and we were playing press coverage. We were up tight. Everyone was in 3 or 4 yards, and you send one, and he doesn't quite get there. That happens.
That time swinging Ludhart out to his right, getting in motion a little bit. We haven't seen that a whole lot. It's going to be a give up the middle to Brown again, and Brown's got room again. Impressive early. Eastwood moving the ball in the run game.
Yeah, Brown's nice inside, man. I like the way he stops and goes. He's got a little bit of a jump cut there, and he's had some really nice runs inside. Good first down play there for Eastwood. You know what that run game does too, man? It runs the clock. In this pass game, get an incompletion, stops the clock. Run game's so important.
For sure. 2nd and 4. Ludhart over the middle. It's going to be caught and dislodged with a big hit by Tatum Murdoch. Holy cow,
man.
He laid the wood.
Man, oh man, great ball, great route. And Tatum Murdoch, you know what?
Whoa.
Normally, we've seen this in the past where you get a head-to-head and you're going to get a 15-yarder.
Yes.
Head was up, all shoulder, clean
Yes.
hit, but he just ran into a wall, and that was Tatum Murdoch.
Whoa.
And that guy, he brings the lumber. He just absolutely brings it when he brings it.
Holy cow.
Wow. That is a brick wall that he just ran into.
What a hit, Tatum Murdoch.
Jarred it loose, too.
Whoa.
I mean, perfect timing.
3rd and 4. Brown up the middle again.
It's close.
I think he has he's going to be a yard short of the first down. Going to be 4th and 1, Eastwood.
Boy, that's just your defense working in sequence. You had the corner right on the backside of Shoemaker. Probably in cover 3 right there. He's feeding right into your safety. Safety jumps on that, man. You're coming into that zone. That's where you need to be, and he was all over it. What a play.
Hey, quick score update. Archibald 14, St. Henry 0 in the second quarter.
Big score there.
Interesting.
How many of these Tatum Murdoch explosions are we going to see? I mean, this guy's a junior. We saw him in kickoffs more last year, but he has a knack
He does.
for hitting you in the right spot and the right leverage. I mean, we've had some hard hitters in Liberty Center history, but as a junior, this guy is on track to put his name at maybe the top of the list.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
And it's early in the season, too, and I hope we have a whole bunch more to come, and I think we do. And let me tell you something, boys. We're going to have some gator arms coming across the middle, I think.
Well, that's your another thing for Eastwood. That's your best player. That's Shoemaker on a.
Was that Shoemaker?
That was Shoemaker.
Okay.
So now, I don't know. He went off. Looks like he'll probably come back in. But if you are a receiver and you're going to do that again, you can't tell me you're not going to be looking. You just can't tell me.
You're thinking hard about it. 1st and 10 Eastwood in the Liberty Center territory as they continue to move the ball with that run game. Brown again off the left side. Not quite as many. Tigers hemmed him in. A gain of a couple.
Yeah, if you're Eastwood and you're getting 3, 4, 5, and I'd stay with this run game, running that clock down, playing keep away a little bit from this Liberty Center offense. It's just been pretty impressive so far for Eastwood, this run game.
Second and 7. Ludhart out of the gun. Looks left, throws left. Caught by Shoemaker. First down, Eastwood. No, number 12. Excuse me, Strayer.
Number 12, Levi Strayer.
Strayer, good job that time. Kind of just boxed the corner out at inside corner at outside leverage on him. Ran that in, boxed it out. Good throw by Ludhart. Ludhart's putting the ball on the money tonight.
He is.
And he has not missed much from the quarterback position. He's very talented quarterback.
Very accurate.
It looks like the guy who caught the ball, he's, not shook up. He's not coming off, but he's feeling it.
Yeah.
A little ginger getting up.
Those hits will stack up as the game goes on, certainly. Ludhart out of the gun. Pressured by Cruz. Trying to set up a screen, and he throws it in the dirt.
Kellen Weimer there, hoping he throws it, hoping for a big man touchdown.
We got a flag. Are they going to try to call grounding? Looked like the running back was there. Gary coming off the edge that time as well. And he's going to, okay.
Does he need to get across the line of scrimmage, though? Oh, no, waving off. All
okay,
right.
waving it.
Is that it? So Is it got to be across the line of scrimmage in order not to be grounding?
I think so. They've been tinkering with the rule the last couple of years, but they were making it easier for a quarterback to get rid of it and reduce those penalties.
So that one's waved off with the receiver in the area. Going to be 2nd and 10, Eastwood. Ludhart looks and throws left, incomplete, miscommunication with Shoemaker.
Yeah, it looked like Shoemaker was thinking stick route, Ludhart was thinking fade. Isaiah all over him that time, not a lot of space anyways. 3rd and long, not where you want to be if you're Eastwood.
See if they don't go a wider screen, see if they can't get a bubble or something out there. Clearly the middle wasn't there, so we'll see.
Certainly 4-down territory. I don't know much about their kicker. If they have a kicker that, is good from 30, 40, not sure.
Right.
It's the same guy from last year, but I don't know his range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big 3rd down for Eastwood. Ludhart pressured across the middle, incomplete. Big time pressure there from Jackson Lonzak.
Well, there you go. Pressure, you get him off his spot. Inaccurate throw. Looked like he had a guy there. We've not seen many inaccurate throws, but when you got 18 breathing down your neck,
came free.
It's hard to set your feet.
The line, we're all looking at each other like, I thought you had him. Yeah, no, can't let him go.
Jay Lawn bringing the heat. 4th down, Eastwood.
Bring it, White!
4th and 10. Big play for both squads here with 7:29 left in the 2nd quarter. Ludhart drops, looks, throws right.
Out.
It will be incomplete. Tiger football. Tiger football. Turnover. Great stand by the Tiger defense.
Yeah, it's a great job. Foster is just all over that man like glue. He's playing great at that sniper position. He's just an extended corner. And he is all over that route, ran it for the receiver. Great stop there by the Tiger D.
And they had one-on-one over here with Shoemaker. Maybe that speaks to the respect they have for Gray and his coverage ability, especially down the field.
The secondary's tough, man. It's tough.
Secondary playing phenomenal football for Liberty Center. And guys, this is a big possession for Liberty. 21-0 is a whole lot worse than 14. Baden-Hop looks and throws right. 1st down, Gray. Keeps his feet, gains a couple more. He's across the 42.
I talk about it a lot. That is one of the hardest plays to defend if you're a corner right there. Receivers run you off. You have to keep leverage in case he runs you deep and he sticks that foot in the ground, comes back to the sticks. Great route, great throw.
Yep, rolling right. Gary Cruz got a hook block, set the edge. Had all the time, made the play.
Jack's putting it on numbers tonight.
Yeah.
Great throw, Baden-Hop. 1st and 10, Tigers. Gray in motion, fake. Going to swing it out there to Gray.
Great block.
He's got
there.
room across the left. He's got a lot of room. Yeah, he did. He might go. Could he do it? Oh, he's brought down by the shoestrings. Big time gain, Ethan Gray.
Man, oh man.
Mason talent, pulling left, getting around, found that seal block, sprung in. Great play by the senior.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the finishing block, and we talked about maybe getting Ethan going. You got him on the swing. You got him on that kind of, but not reverse, but that wing run already. There's been an effort to get that guy the ball, and we're seeing why. He could take it at any time.
Big time.
Little hobbled, he's coming off.
Yeah, he got a little calf cramp, I think, for Ethan.
All right. Yep.
Baden-Hop under center. He's going to give to Lonzak on the right side.
Big hole there.
Jay Lawn. Yeah, you did. Touchdown, Tigers.
Great block by Jake Way. Had the outside corner. It looked like it kind of pancaked him and untouched. This is what that run game does, man. It just starts wearing on you. And how about this pass game, too, man? Efficient. This comeback route is so tough. When you got Ethan Gray, Isaiah Baden-Hop, and Jack to be able to put it on a laser like that, sets so many things up for this offense.
Tigers making that drive look way too easy. Perry. The kick is up, and it's good. 21-zip Liberty with 6:18 left before half.
Mark, what was that? Was that 4-play, 50-yard? Do you know what that was?
Give us
Was
a
it
second.
5 plays?
We're looking.
Quick strike,
5
man.
plays.
5 plays. Was it 50 yards? What
3
was it?
plays, I'm sorry. 3 plays.
Okay.
Guys, this is how dangerous this offense is and how talented these receivers, the skilled players are for Liberty Center.
Yeah, Liberty Center now with 210 total yards of offense to 58.
Yeah, I mean, if
58, yeah.
if Liberty Center takes care of the football and maximizes their possessions, I mean, it's just an embarrassment of riches and so much talent, a line that's good and going to get better. And I don't know. I don't know a lot of answers for you.
Yeah.
Looks like Gray, needs some electrolytes. Let's get him some pickle
Man,
juice.
sometimes if you get like a knee or the cramp under the pile or something,
it
or knee to the
hurts.
calf, man, that's what can start it. I wonder if something like that didn't happen. Because it is kind of early to cramp
Yeah.
in the first half. I wonder if it aided by a knee or something.
Seems like those things just don't go away
Yeah,
either.
they
They
don't.
just hang with you. Perry's kick deep, brought to the left side by Eastwood. He's going to be hemmed in at about the 35, where they will take over.
Foster and
35.
Jake Way.
Yep.
We got a flag
Late flag.
late.
Who's 34?
Unsportsmanlike Eastwood.
Unsportsmanlike
freshman?
Eastwood, James.
Yeah,
Is
it
that-
looks like it.
Okay.
Yeah. He had 44 Landon Ward
30. Which
Almost
one's
had it.
34?
and pushed him out. 34 Caleb Lester.
Okay.
See in on it.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
44 Landon Ward almost had him, forced him wide, and then we were able to clean it up.
Well, if you're Eastwood, down 21-0, and you get an unsportsmanlike, you're going to start inside your, what is that, 10?
Yeah, it looks about the 10.
Yikes. That's not
And
going to
that's
make the coaching staff very happy.
a lot of frustration. You know, you go back to even the one conversion they should have had, and Gray poked it out in the first quarter. Then you run that route. That route where Murdoch got the stick, that was the guy from the slot coming all the way in motion, running a wheel up the sideline. Jackson had to pass him off to Gray, turn around, and that's why Jackson was half a step behind. But you trust that your rover is going to be there to clean it up, and he was. So you got to think, what more can we do? We're running these things almost perfect. and
Yeah,
we're still
yes.
by getting it. That's
right.
got to hurt.
And that's why we bring James Whitmire along the broadcast for breakdown analysis like that, as Eastwood starts 1st and 10 at the 10. Give up the middle to Brown, going nowhere that time.
Gary Cruz looks like got in there first. I don't know if Gary was on a blitz that time. Snuffing that run game out.
Starting to see a little less enthusiasm out of their line coming off the ball.
Yes.
and stuff. Looks like we got Drew Silverson at corner for Gray right now.
Yes.
I think Perry was at safety. Murdoch back in.
Who's 59? Where's 59 on the other side there?
Ludhart looking
Time.
right. Gets
Time.
pressure.
Drew.
Goes Drew. Is it
Oh.
pick? Oh, Silvis almost had the
Correct.
pick. Good defense there by Drew Silvis.
Hey, you gotta love it. Corner comes in. What do they say? Throw it to 15, right? New
Yeah.
guy comes in. You're gonna pick on him.
Yes.
Great play there by Drew to be all over that route. Almost had that pick. You
Yeah.
gotta love it, man. You come in, you get a rep, and then you execute your rep like that. It's great to see for the young sophomore.
59, that was Jake Parasini, the
Okay.
sophomore, getting in over there.
Okay.
Still in that left defensive tackle. We have 3 sophomores on our defensive line right now.
Wow.
Think about that.
Wow.
Yeesh.
Wow. The youngsters getting some time at Eastwood.
Timeout.
Going to be timeout Eastwood. They're going to talk about it with 5:25 left in the second.
Hey, while we got a timeout, guys, let me jump in here. We're going to talk a little bit about the Tiger Sports Live schedule. We will have the JV game tomorrow, 10 a.m. kickoff. Eastwood will come to Liberty Center. And then we're, again, next week. This is an interesting time for us because this week we were six days next week we're going to be 5 days. We'll be at Otsego. We've already been confirmed for that game, and then we'll have another JV football game next Saturday too. So, guys, go to our YouTube channel, check our lineup, lctigersportslive.com for all the details.
Tiger Sports Live bringing you all the Liberty Center sports action. Thanks to Captain Mark and Cole Bauman for all their hard work.
Those are the guys. Those
There's
are the guys
the
that are
guys.
putting the time in.
Whoa.
We just show up on a Friday night or maybe on a podcast.
You're
but
just the eye candy.
those are the guys. Yeah, the eye candy. Something like that. Man, Mark and Cole, those are the guys putting the time in. We appreciate everything they do.
All right, it is going to be 3rd and 11. Eastwood deep inside their own territory.
Jake Way had a sniper.
Ludhart looks to the sideline for a play. Drops straight back. Looks, has time, throws over the middle, and it is caught.
That's
Number
tough.
6, Weems. Good throw and catch there.
I'll tell you what, if the throw almost brought him open. Isaiah was all over him.
He was.
That throw brought him back inside. So the throw kind of threw that receiver open. Good ball, good catch that time. Not a whole lot you can do.
That's a lot of reps. You could see that,
Great timing pattern.
And that's the talent of this Eastwood squad. They can do it, and they can hurt you quick. First down at the 35. Ludhart gives up the middle.
Yeah.
Brown. Garrison Cruz said, not so fast.
Yikes.
No.
What a play, Gary Cruz.
We got a flag on the far sideline.
We got. They're not going to get him for finishing the tackle, are they? Eastwood is cheering. Are they giving 15 for that? Yikes. Whoa, boy. I mean, the play didn't. I don't know that the whistle was blown.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe a little ticky-tack.
Okay.
And it's the ref on their sidelines. Maybe they've been in his
That's
ear
right.
all
Pressure.
night about
That's
this
right.
and that.
A little
He's
pressure.
tired of hearing it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Relieve some of that pressure temporarily.
Now the ref on our sidelines has the unfortunate job to explain it to Casey and say, I don't know.
Now it's his turn.
Sorry.
To get one of those calls next.
These sideline refs have a rough job at times,
Oh.
certainly. 1st and 10, Eastwood. Nevertheless, Ludhart rolls to his left, pumps, throws, open, caught, first down yardage on the 40 of Liberty Center.
Little breakdown in coverage that time. Nice little ball by Ludhart. Little pump fake. Got him open. That's 2 first downs now for Eastwood, and they're driving. They were in danger zone, man. They had that 15-yarder. They were deep. 2 big first downs to get them out of their territory, and they're driving.
Yeah, Cruz and Lonizak were on it. The pump fake may have, caught him flat-footed for just a second reacting, and then he looked to the side to route.
Eastwood dug out of an ominous hole deep in their own territory, and they are driving with 4:15 left in the second. Pass over here from Ludhart to Shoemaker.
No room.
Incomplete. Badenhop with great coverage.
Yeah, Isaiah just pushing that thing, using the sideline as your friend, pushing him out. Just no room to make that completion. Good corner play.
Almost a highlight reel catch. They pulled guards on that, trying to maybe freeze our linebackers or something. And
yeah, because the blitzes were getting home. I mean, these last few pass plays with Gary and Lonsack, these blitzes are starting to get home, so that's interesting. See if they keep doing that.
we got short time here.
2nd and 10.
3, 2, just got it off.
Ludhart give up the middle to Brown. Who was that? Flory was in the backfield, had a hand on him for a little gain for Eastwood.
Looked like Kellen Weimer finished him off. I don't think you want to take the full 280, on you too many times like that up the middle.
It's a load.
Liberty starting to temper that little inside run there from Eastwood. 3rd down and 10. Luthart straight back, looks, throws across the middle. It's going to be picked off. Ethan Gray.
Oh, no way. No chance.
He is going to be.
You can't throw that
brought
flag.
down. Guys, at first glance, I have no idea what that flag would be for.
Yeah. Well, Ethan Gray ran the route for the receiver, dips inside. I saw no.
I genuinely saw nothing.
Now maybe we don't.
Look
I don't got
back,
the
right.
best angle.
I know. I don't either. Boy,
He
that's
has the
tough.
right to make a play on the ball.
That's right.
You know.
But there wasn't even contact when he made play on the ball, unless he saw something earlier in the route.
Maybe a hold early, something like that.
But when he made a play on the ball, no way. There's no contact.
Right.
Boy, that's two big ones on this drive.
We do not have the video screen in front of us for a replay to see anything there either. So
It was not a pretty replay. He ran the route for the receiver, as you said.
Something else to run Isaiah off because he's all over these.
Isaiah
fade routes.
Badenhop, impressive coverage tonight on number 2.
And they stopped the clock. I don't think they have the clock, scoreboard clock, so we're just under 3 minutes here till half.
Luthart fakes, pressured, throws right. It is
That's
caught
a
by a
flag.
lineman.
Nope.
That's a lineman. Yeah, you can't do that.
You got the Weimer Twin Towers coming down
Yeah.
on you. You kind of panic.
Luthart was running for his life. He had to get that baby off somewhere. James, that's going to be what?
Illegal touch.
10? Is that 10 yards?
It's 5.
5.
We'll see if they take it. If they take it, it can stop the clock. Yeah. Otherwise, you decline it, the clock's going to run.
Yeah.
He probably wants to save his time here. And
Yep.
yeah. Loss of down though. That's
We're gonna
it,
look.
so.
We're gonna look to our all-time winningest 8th grade coach over here for some in-game coaching tips.
Yeah.
I like that. I didn't
I think
think
that's
about
good.
timeouts or anything like that.
You know, I'm not really up on all the penalties and.
James is.
Well, that's why we brought him along. You bet. How many wins, James?
Well, you know.
400, like
lost
400 or
count.
something like that. Luthart out of the gun, rolls right, pressured by Weimer, gets rid of it, throws. That's a pick. That's
got
a
his
pick.
foot
He's in. He's in. Is that a pick? I don't see a signal.
No signal.
The
I still don't see a signal.
Nobody was close enough.
The back referee called it in. The side judge called it out.
Oh boy, it looked like he tapped that toe.
Oh.
Great play by Gary Cruz. Man,
Whoa.
oh man.
Captain, was he out of bounds there?
We're trying to pull the replay.
Gary's
out.
pretty
All right.
adamant that he was in and looked like the toe was tapped.
It looked like it over here, but the one referee that called the penalty on him called him out of bounds.
Uh-huh.
Little home cooking.
Stirring that pot.
He's kidding. 4th and long here for the Eagles.
4th and long Eagles. Luthart drops, rolls right, pressured by Weimer again, throws across the middle, incomplete. Tiger football with 2:40 left before half. Great stand for the Tigers.
Yeah, I think it just shows how good this defense is. You get 2 big penalties like that, a couple calls that didn't go your way, and still able to get that stop.
Big time.
Now we run a 2-minute offense. Let's see what this passing game can do. Actually, you got 240 with 3 TOs. I guess you don't even need to pass it necessarily. Plenty of time for this offense to do whatever they want.
James, what do you think we're going to see here? Are we going to see Badenhop, the youngster, run the 2-minute or no?
I think so. You know, maybe look for some sideline stuff early. But the good thing is we don't have to stick to it. We can hit up the middle if we need to, and we've shown we can. 30 trap for 85 yards is no big deal.
That's right.
We'll see if the Tigers can stick it in before half. Give off the right side to Ethan Gray.
Out of bounds. Up, flag.
First down yardage, but we do have some laundry in the backfield. Probably going to be a hold Liberty, and it is.
Yeah.
Captain, we're going to have to get the penalty disparity here at the halftime. Let's see what that is.
I'll have it for you in a second here.
That stops the clock with 2:33 before half. Not too concerned with the explosive explosivity, is that a word?
Yeah.
Of the Tiger offense.
Take it.
1st and 20. Let's see what the Tigers do. If they uncork Baden-Hop. It's going to be a pitch to Cruz, left. Cruz has room.
Oh, good block there.
Gary's got room.
Ethan Gray.
And number 12 brings him down, or else he gets even more. Big-time yardage, first down, Tigers.
Man, I saw Ethan Gray lay somebody out.
Yes.
Looked like another good block on the sidelines. Didn't see who that was. Murdoch. Man,
Of course
good
it
run that
was.
time.
We had Cole Spangler at the right tight end getting downfield, almost got there. If Gary saw a cutback, he would have been there for the big hit.
Tatum Murdoch turned into a bad man.
Yeah, one-on-one on the top here with Isaiah and a guy that's shorter than Isaiah.
Ooh. 1st and 10 Tigers. Badenhop gives up the middle to Cruz. Cruz runs some people over, gain of 9, and the Tigers are rolling.
There's that inside run. That's probably our best inside run of the night. Good yards there for Gary. Got 5-6 before he got touched. Offensive line starting to impose its will a little bit.
Clock ticking with 1:38.
We got to take a shot here, don't we, sometime?
Yeah.
Even if it's not now, maybe the second half.
This is the time, 2nd and short.
Badenhop fakes,
we
looks,
go.
pressured, flushed, runs up the middle. It's going to have first down yardage. We'll
Look
see
at
what the
look
Tigers
at
decide to
Murdoch.
do.
I think
With
we
some-
might have another flag over here on the side, our side.
Murdoch is just
Got a flag.
giving that corner
Our-
the business.
Our flag referee over here on our side has thrown another flag, holding against
Another hold.
Liberty Center.
Jack, that time, that's another just mature thing that he showed that time. It looked like it was a little bit of a mumboed play. I'm not sure what happened there, but just tuck that thing, get the first down. Obviously
Yes.
brought back with the
A lot of
hold,
times
but just make the smart play.
they'll run that dive, and then they'll swing the back out. I think he was looking for it, but didn't feel it one way or the other. I don't know if that's maybe a little inexperience, but
Positive yards, get the first.
It's so important to have that quarterback be able to tuck and get a first down.
Clock's running now. We'll see if we go any quick. We still got all 3 timeouts.
1 minute left. Pitch to Cruz off the right.
Good block.
Gary's got room. He's across the 40. First down. Move the chains, Tigers. Tigers
All right,
rolling
here we
again.
go.
Going
Tempo.
quick.
Liberty going quick. The 2-minute O is in effect. Get the stick set. Badenhop under center. Give up the middle to Cruz again. Cruz carrying people. Gain of about 6 or 7.
Timeout here.
We'll see if
Going
Casey does. Does not call a timeout. Clock rolling with 37. Badenhop fumbles it, gives it
Get up.
to
there.
Gray. Ethan's got room. First down. See if we get a timeout there.
They got to move the chains,
Clock
right?
stops for the chains.
Yep, he's going to
Yep,
get a
now we
GL.
go.
And there it is. With 26 seconds left before half. Timeout, Liberty Center.
Impressive looking drive so far. No panic from this offensive play calling coaching staff. Just we can run our offense. We can run it. If we need to pass it, we will, but don't have to. Good drive so far for Liberty Center. See if we can't punch it in.
And that
Go
can
up
be
20-0.
hard as a fan watching this, thinking, "Come on, we got to throw. We got to throw. Get it down the field. Do something." But our runs are proven. Obviously, they're safer. If we're trying to set ourselves up for any points, a field goal, get max in range or whatever. But we've proven, sometimes our run game can be just as effective as other teams'
Absolutely.
2-minute O.
When you get 10 yards a shot, it makes it a lot easier. And this coaching staff not worried with the timeouts.
Hey, guys, I'm going to jump in here real quick while we got a timeout. This is an interesting broadcast for us, guys. We are on our Starlink internet. We are on our Holycom wireless comms to you guys 65 yards away. And we are on our Holycom video transmitter. Danny, we can't even see Danny. He's down in the stands somewhere in Timbuktu in Lucky, Ohio, taking pictures. But all this is made possible by our sponsors. And we talk about all the great people that sponsor us and the people that we don't mention their name, but this broadcast is very unique everything we're doing is all paid for and done by our sponsors.
You bet. Thanks, Mark. Badenhop out of the gun.
Screen
Right to his brother,
yeah.
Isaiah.
Oh, yeah.
Isaiah
What a
shakes. Is he in? Yeah, he did. Touchdown, Tigers.
Man, oh man, we saw it last week, and you give him a little crease, and he's off the races. Great blocking that time, hurdles a guy, and then the last cut to make a guy miss. That guy can go at any time.
Dangerous. Dangerous.
It's a good 4th or 5th option to have.
Jeez.
Okay.
Isn't it?
Interesting enough, guys, I'm getting reports. You know, everybody's got my phone number, unfortunately. But we got people on the sidelines saying that the coaches are asking for a holding call on every single play to that referee that's called it.
Sure.
Every single one.
Understandable there.
Perry's kick is up and good. Well, you can't receive if you don't ask, I suppose.
It's
Lobby.
a numbers game.
Lobby.
Ask every time you get one, you're happy.
That's right. You ask for 100, you get 3. We'll take it. As the Tigers go up 28-0 with 18 seconds before halftime at Eastwood. And guys, it's been a slow, methodical destruction of this Eastwood defense here late in the second quarter.
Yeah, just taking care of the football, just running the offense, running it, passing it, doing a lot of things well. It's been a pretty impressive offensive showing so far for the Tigers.
And you know, if Rex Lingard was here, he's thinking onside. He's thinking, I got one more possession. Let's go.
Yeah, that's right.
They'll never see it coming. He'll go for it.
And at halftime, guys, we are going to try to cover the bands, but our camera is right down in the home seats for the Eastwood Eagles, so we're going to do the best we can on that. If the sound gets a little too terrible, we'll probably mute it and try to cover the bands the best we can.
All right. Perry tees it up. The kick is away, high end over end.
Good kick that time.
Looks like Shoemaker up the middle.
Ralston.
Not much there. Good coverage by the Tigers special teams.
Ralston Peters.
Good job by Ralston to stay outside there. I think that was kind of his lane. Can't let anything get outside you. Forced him back in. Make the tackle. Let your buddies come help. Good job.
Eagles will take over 1st and 10 from their own 28.
We're almost to half. I've got a halftime score. Tenora currently up 14-13 on Otsego at halftime.
Wow, interesting.
Mark, you got an update on that Archbold score?
14-0 at half.
Okay.
I want to hear the Swanton score.
Hey, they got a win last week,
They
man.
did. Big win
Yeah.
for Swanton.
I heard that today. Ludhart out of the gun. Give to Brown up the middle. Brown jukes, jives, and gets quite a bit with 5 seconds left. Down to 4. I believe it's timeout Eastwood. Clock went to 0.
Yeah, I think they just want to get
They
the
ran
halftime
it out. They ran it out. Okay. Halftime score here at Eastwood. Liberty Center 28, Eastwood 0.
All right, we're going to be right back after this halftime break. Again, we are going to try to cover the bands, but because of the situation, if the sound gets too terrible or people interfere with the camera, we can't really stop that. We'll just go to mute and have some video, and we'll be back right after this halftime break.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field Drum Major Natalie Huber and the marching pride of Tiger Country, the Liberty Center Tiger Marching Band. For our opening performance, the Tiger Marching Band brings some sparkle to the field as we pay tribute to America with one of the biggest pop anthems of the 2010s. Released in 2010 as a part of the Teenage Dream album, Firework exploded to the top of the Billboard Hot 100 and became a signature song for this artist. The song earned a Grammy nomination for Record of the Year and has sold millions of copies around the world. For this message of confidence, perseverance, and recognizing the potential inside of each of us. Firework has become the anthem for celebrations everywhere. Get ready to light up the night with the band and their rendition of Katy Perry's Firework. Drum Major Natalie Huber, is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, the Tiger Marching Band. Next, we turn back the clock to July 1973 for a hard-driving rock anthem from a band with strong Michigan roots. The song became Grand Funk Railroad's first #1 single on the Billboard Hot 100 and helped make the band a household name. Its driving beat, unforgettable opening, and celebration of American rock and roll have kept it a classic rock favorite for more than 5 decades. So we get ready to rock as the Tiger Marching Band performs We're an American Band by the Grand Funk Railroad. final performance, we'd like to take a moment to thank the Eastwood Eagle Marching Band for being such great hosts and wish them an outstanding rest of their season. Now, for our final selection, we celebrate America with one of the most recognizable marches ever written. Composed in 1896 by legendary American composer and bandmaster John Philip Sousa, The Stars and Stripes Forever was inspired during Sousa's journey home to the United States from Europe. Sousa later recalled the music began forming in his mind during the voyage, and upon returning home, he put the famous march to paper. Known around the world as the March King, Sousa composed more than 130 marches during his lifetime. Now join us as we do The Stars and Stripes Forever, the National March of the United States of America. Director Mr. Joel Keller, and they are led on the field by drum major Natalie Hughes. They would like to wish the students and all fall sports teams good luck. And as always, go Tigers!
Ladies and gentlemen, Eastwood High School is proud to present the 2026 Eastwood High School Eagle Marching Band. Tonight, we take you on a high-energy journey through the legendary catalog of one of the best-selling, most iconic rock groups in history, Chicago. Inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2016, this legendary horn-fueled powerhouse has scored over 20 top 10 hits across 5 decades. To kick off tonight's performance, get ready for a classic that hit the airwaves in 1970 and reached number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100. Written by keyboardist Robert Lamb and written with the view of the clock tower at 25 or 6 to 4 in the morning. Crank up the volume for the blazing brass, driving rhythm, and unmatched energy of 25 or 6 to 4. track that made Chicago an international sensation. Featuring a laid-back, infectious groove and one of the most recognizable piano riffs in classic rock, this anthem became the group's very first top 10 hit in the United States. So sit back, relax, and ask yourselves, does anybody really know what time it is? Our soloists are seniors Xander Navarella on trumpet and Lucas Ferguson on trombone. What a performance! To close out tonight's halftime show, we bring you a bright, joyous anthem guaranteed to put a song in your heart and a bounce in your step. Originally released in 1970 as part of the suite called Ballet for Girl Buchanan, this track exploded onto the charts and quickly became an enduring crowd favorite. Featuring our incredible horn sections, here is Chicago's signature celebration of love and good vibes, Make Me Smile. Also featuring senior color guard member Bailey M. Bumpus.
All right, we're back here at Jerry Rutherford Stadium in Pemberville. The Eastwood Eagles 0 and our Liberty Center Tigers 28. Just a few stats here. I'll just throw some out. I know, Jigs, you got stats too.
Yep.
But from our side, Liberty Center with 301 total yards of offense to 104 for Eastwood. Interesting, Liberty Center 26 plays, Eastwood 29 plays. So they've run 3 more plays, but Liberty Center's averaged 11.6 yards per play, while Eastwood 3.6. And Jigs, I'll let you take it from there.
Get into some of the individual stats here for both sides. Liberty Center passing in that first half, Jack Badenhop was efficient, 7 of 8, 140 with a touchdown. Liberty Center rushing, Ethan Gray, 3 carries for 24 yards. Jackson Lonzak, 4 carries, 47 yards, 2 touchdowns. Garrison Cruz, 10 carries, 86 yards for a touch. Liberty Center receiving, Ethan Gray, 3 catches, 70 yards. Tatum Murdoch, 1 catch, 23 yards. Isaiah Badenhop, 1 catch, 18 yards, touchdown on the screenplay. Jackson Lonzak, 2 catches, 29 yards. Liberty Center defense leading the way in tackles. Excuse me just for a second here. I'm trying to find this on my phone. We got total tackles leading the way. Isaiah Badenhop with 4 tackles. Garrison Cruz, 5 tackles. Adam Foster, 5 tackles. Kellen Weimer, 3. Colton Weimer with 4 tackles. Eastwood on offense. Passing, they are 9 of 20 for 62 yards. Eastwood rushing. Braden Brown, 9 carries, 36 yards. Eastwood receiving. Weems has got 5 for 30 yards. Logan Brown, 3 for 19. Cam Shoemaker, 1 catch for 5 yards. I think that's kind of the story right there. Cam Shoemaker, kind of their playmaker, go-to guy. They've kept a bottle on him tonight. Just great individual corner play on anything they try to throw down the field. Then you had, obviously, Murdoch with the hit of the game to kind of jar that ball loose. And, James, you talked about it. Eastwood they might not have one of their players here tonight. Offer, we have not seen him, but pretty dominant for Liberty Center defense in that first half.
Yeah, not sure. And the thing with Shoemaker is we have rolled the rover over top, double coverage here and there, but not a lot. I mean, he's there, whether it's, Isaiah or whoever's out there. I mean, it is a viable option to them. They're just not able to execute it right now.
Liberty Center offensively, just the efficiency. Jack Badenhop, 7 of 8. That's pretty impressive. And these screen balls, man, they're right on the money. Last week, he threw that one to Isaiah, and I've never really liked the screenplay. You're kind of going backwards as a thrower, and that receiver's coming back to you on a weird angle. It's hard to kind of put that in the right spot, but that one last week on the money, one this week on the money for Isaiah, kind of lead him, and he doesn't need a lot of help after that. But this offense is hitting on all cylinders so far for Liberty Center.
It's good to see the accuracy from the youngster Badenhop. And the efficiency kind of maturing before our eyes, I think, early in this 2026 season. It's pretty impressive.
I think another note is, Lonzak, you see his rushing attempts, 4 carries, 47 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's
a pretty decent average.
At any time, that guy could just take it and go. Obviously, Gary, you've got Gary Moore inside. That average may not be as large as it's going to be here later in the year, but Lonzak, man, at any time he can touch and he can go to the house.
Overall, very efficient offensively from the Tigers.
No turnovers.
Right.
No turnovers from either side, right? Because they called the interception and interference.
Yep, waved it off. Yeah.
And that was kind of one of the keys of the game we talked about for Eastwood. If with this offensive firepower of Liberty, they probably needed 1 or 2, probably did, and didn't get it the first half. And now 28-0, a little bit of a hill to climb here in the second.
Who gets the ball? We get the ball coming out of the half?
We are kicking off. We received.
All right, Eastwood
in the game.
Important first drive here for Eastwood to keep this ball game close as they get a big drive here to come out of the half. And Liberty Center last year was just an outstanding second half team, just better than the first half even. I mean, they just gave nothing up on defense, so interested to see.
Yeah, I think if you're the Otsego coach, or the Eastwood, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself, you're looking for small victories here. This, especially receiving, you're telling your guys, hey, I don't care what happened in the first half. Let's go out here, let's play our game, I guess. Don't let the other team kind of dictate. Go out and play our game, maybe even try to win the second half. You're looking for a victory there. You're telling your coaches, hey, we're in this. We've been right there. And some of that's true. They have been right there to make those plays, but we've been able to, just poke it out or whatever it is. And apparently also the refs are missing a ton of calls still against us. So, these are the things as a coach you're grasping at whatever to try to get your guys fired up. Be like, we're still in this. We're still good. And either way, look for some of those small victories here this first drive, because if it is just, boom, 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 negative yards and we punt, any upside you might have been selling during the halftime just kind of goes right out the door. So that's tough.
Absolutely. Cam Shoemaker bottled up tonight, just the one catch, and he's an explosive athlete, but any explosive athlete you put out there, we got answers for on this Liberty Center defense. And you got some quarterbacks kind of warming up here. We'll see if we see Max Perry and Levi Howe in this second half for Liberty Center.
Yeah, be interested to see if they get a drive or two. I mean, we're not even at a running clock here, so we'll have some time, but see what happens and see if they can get some young guys in.
We're going to do our best as we potentially get some new players rolling in. We do not have a roster. We came in, I tried to get a program, and they said, we're not selling programs. I'm like, ooh, well, I don't have a roster, so that's not a good thing. So we're going to try our best. If we mess any up or don't call any names, folks at home, we apologize. Look at that sunset over there. That sun is down. We can see the lights are in full effect here. We got a beautiful sunset to look out. And here come the Tigers.
Yep, beautiful campus. Very well manicured, looks good field.
It does.
It's a great setting. Once that sun goes down, it's a great setting.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We're seeing less and less grass, too. And that's a beautiful grass field right there.
Yep.
Not chunky. Looks really nice. I always preferred grass, honestly. Got to college, this is all turf, and I didn't love it. I didn't love playing on the turf, to be honest. But
it's harder, right?
It's hard. It scratches you up. It's hot.
Yeah.
It's really hot.
It's really
hot.
Summer.
It's more those 2 days when you're practicing on that, and it's 120 degrees, and you're like, geez.
Speaking of college, are you a little tired? Did you stay up late last night
Hey,
watching
what about the Panthers?
Triple overtime Ohio Dominican Division II taking on Division I Morehead State. Triple overtime victory.
There we go.
Really? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
ESPN?
Was it? Televised.
There was a 4th and 12 in the second overtime. He chucks one deep, scores, and then they went in, and the third, was it third or fourth overtime?
Third.
They won.
Third.
Whoa.
The alma
mater.
The Panthers.
On the, was it ESPN?
ESPN Plus.
On the Plus.
That's getting on the Plus.
On the Plus. Made the Plus.
Or the Ocho, maybe? I don't know. It's deep on the roster. You had to have some extended coverages to get it. Saw the
That's pretty cool.
Though.
All right. Max Perry tees it up as the Tigers will kick it off to Eastwood here to start the second half. Short kick. It's going to fall. Shoemaker fields it. Returns up the middle. Going to be brought down at the 30 by Badenhop. Good tackle.
Jake helped out.
Or was that?
Roston Peters.
Roston Peters.
Yep. Peters, okay.
3-5, yeah.
That's Roston's second tackle on special teams tonight. Love to see it.
Don't worry, guys. I got you on this side of the field.
That's twice, though.
Job,
Roston has stayed outside, found that lane, turned it in, makes the play. Drakeway cleaned him up.
Roston Peters has some speed. He does. It's good to see it.
Looks like starting defense here.
Eastwood starts from the 30. Ludhart give Brown. He's hit hard. Almost picked by Foster, but Ludhart took a big hit by, was that Persini?
Colton Weimer.
Okay.
That was a bang play. Not sure how Colton got in that quick, but boy, he disrupted that thing, and great job by Foster to jump that route. Almost picked that thing off. That guy's just an extended corner out there in that sniper position, and he's playing some good ball tonight.
Yeah, the receiver turned defender on that one just to get it out of there.
It'll be 2nd and 10, Eastwood. Ludhart rolls right. Throws. Holding.
Oh, big hit
33.
there.
Big hit
Oh,
at
my.
the sticks.
Gary Cruz. Look out. Meet number 30 that time on the sidelines. They're going to get a hole, but, 33 took the brunt of that one.
He had a sprint out pass there with a guy deep, a guy middle, and a guy underneath, and opened things up for the guy underneath and got the play, but obviously had to hold to get it.
Eastwood will move back 10. Or replay the down.
Colton Weiner with his second sack of the season, right? Had one last year. Great to see for the young sophomore.
And I believe you said at the halftime stats he had more tackles than his brother.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I think he did.
Wow.
Four or five tackles there in the first half.
See if he can hold that stat and rub it in when he gets home.
It will be a long ride home if that's true.
Hey, big bro, you going to Ohio State? I don't care. I have more tackles than you. Ludhart in the gun. Drops straight back. Throws across the middle to an open Eastwood receiver. Nice job there by number 6 to find a hole in that Liberty Center defense.
And there we see it again. Down the field, turns, waits, rotates a little bit here and there, and then just had enough time, was able to find him.
That's those reps, receiver, quarterback, finding that little hole. You got to have that feel as a receiver to find that zone and be able to sit in it. Give your quarterback a throwing lane. Good job there by number 6.
Pretty much impossible to defend that, too. Keep them in front after they catch. 3rd and short. Ludhart gives up the middle to Brown. Brown sheds a tackle, and he's going to have first down yardage.
Had a shot at him in the backfield, and he was just able to avoid it just enough to get there.
Big first down there for Eastwood. Gain a little confidence coming out of the second half here.
Brown is a shifty runner, guys. Very impressed by him, going left to right, side to side, shaking people.
Yeah, in the hole. He's got that nice jump cut, and he's slippery in there.
First down, Eastwood. Ludhart. Draw up the middle. Brown has a little more room. He's going to gain about 6. We are so close so often to bringing him down, and he just gets away right at the last second.
He held that one really long that time. It looked like he almost didn't get it off. Play was almost blown up, but
it's tough to do.
Decent first.
But we got a quarterback that now, a lot of experience here, a lot of experience in basketball, baseball, he's poised.
2nd and 6, Eastwood. Ludhart going deep over the middle, overthrows the receiver, had 2 defenders there. Good coverage, Murdoch and Gray.
Yeah, the boogeyman was waiting, number 4. There's that same route, and he had that one read again. And that guy, you're going to see that guy in your nightmares if you're not careful.
Murdoch was not thinking interception on on that one. I think he was hoping that the ball was a little more on the money.
Yeah, he is just a Roman wild man back there, just ready to take somebody's head off.
And that was the same play that he had the big hit on before. The outside guy runs the deep slant. They run a wheel behind him.
Yep.
3rd and 6, Eastwood. Ludhart.
Oh boy.
He loses the ball. The ball is loose.
Oh, he's
picked up by Cruz. He's going all the way. Touchdown, Tigers. Scoop and score, Gary Cruz.
Wow, what a composure play that time by Gary Cruz. See that thing pick it up and go all the way. What a big play there by the defense. Who got there first, James? You see it?
No, not sure. It disappeared in there, but no tuck rule on that one.
No.
That was a fumble.
I don't know if that was Kellen or Colton that got to the quarterback and jarred that thing loose, but what a heady play there by Garrison to pick it up. No, you got nobody around to go take it to the house.
For a second, I thought we may have downed the ball on the recovery, but it wasn't.
Like he almost got his hand out and pinned it.
Yeah.
Scoop and score by Cruz. Perry a little wide to the left on the extra point. Nevertheless, 34-0 with 9:10 left here in the 3rd quarter.
The running clock is on. It's running here even during change of possession. So we're just at 9 minutes left in the third quarter.
Thank you, James. Good point.
So
the running clock comes back again for the Tigers.
There's Eastwood, start of a good drive that time. And this Liberty Center defense, though, they just have so many ways to turn you over and turn that into points so quick. And you saw it that time. Last year, how many times did we score on defense or turnover, 1-2 plays, touchdown? It's just quick strike ability for this defense and offense, Liberty Center.
Dangerous. Dangerous defensively. So many weapons, this Tiger team. And we saw another one there from Cruz. As Perry tees it up to kick it back to Eastwood.
Number to watch on this, Asher Miller. Had not been on the earlier ones. Here he is.
Okay.
At L1 right up the middle.
He had 2-3 tackles last week. He was flying around.
I think there may have been some sickness in that family this week, so I don't know if he's feeling 100%, but we'll see.
Perry boots it away. Shoemaker up the middle. Got ahead of steam, got a little room, and the window closed as he's across the 36 where Eastwood will take over.
Like Jakeway and maybe Asher Miller underneath there. Hard to tell.
Asher Miller, number 10, got up onto the pile.
There we go. That looked like almost exclusively sophomore kickoff team.
Okay. There's Shoemaker. Pretty good return that time. Still looks like we got first team D. Max Perry playing safety. What do they call it? That's Rover. Excuse me.
Rover, yeah.
I call it safety. It's deep safety still.
Brody Jakeway now at a sniper.
Oh, yes.
Drew Silvis at a corner.
Ludhart in the gun. Give up the middle to Brown. Brown weaves his way through that Tiger defense. It looks like you got him covered and hemmed in, and he gets away a gain of about 6 or 7.
Good first down run that time, and that play's been giving us a few problems. If you could point to one tonight,
right?
I think it'd be that little inside run.
Eastwood give up the middle again to Brown. This time the Tigers have it figured out. No gain on the play.
Colton Weimer underneath there. Lonzak on top. Look like Flory as well.
It looks like we've still got most of our first team guys. They still do too. I don't know if they are thinking the long game on this one now. Hand the ball off a little bit. Let's not put our quarterback, at risk as much, but also, Brown up the middle is becoming a more dangerous place to be. So we'll see if they keep that up or not.
3rd and 4 for Eastwood. Ludhart flush, pressure by Cruz. He's going down. Sack. Garrison Cruz. Whoa.
Gary off the edge that time. It looked like the tackle was kind of expecting the quarterback to step up. He didn't, and Gary just closes that gap too quick.
Fits in right there to help. Flory cleaned it up.
Oh, you bring Gary Lonzak off the edge, man. Now those are Division I players and fast, explosive, strong. You name it. Those gaps, they close quicker than they're used to seeing.
Punt return. Isaiah Badenhop back with Roston. Is this our first punt return of the game?
Second,
yeah. Yes. Cole almost got home.
Punt away. Tigers came close to getting a hand on it. Down by Eastwood, and Liberty Center will take over at about the 29.
Max Perry coming in at quarterback.
The crowd calling for running clock. It does stop on change of possession.
Yeah. Perry in the gun. Give up the left side to Cruz. Cruz has got
Good
room.
block.
First
Look
down
out.
yardage.
Look out.
He's shedding people.
Stiff arm.
Here
He
comes the
wants it.
stiff arm. Get out the way.
Oh.
He keeps his feet all the way to the 30. What a run, Garrison Cruz.
Yeah, jump on the Gary train that time. Great run, big stiff arm at the end. A little slow getting up. Hopefully just a quick cramp there. Maybe an ankle.
Yep,
Yeah, 'cause
looking
he's
like
cramping.
good to see when you stick your foot up in the air and
That's
with
right.
a calf cramp. I was
Yeah,
getting a little worried
calf
there
or
for a
maybe
second.
that hammy.
Well,
Looks like we need to run a little bit more this week, boys. Some cramping, maybe some 400s, some hundreds.
I think
We get lingering down there.
I'm late to
morning?
the party, but we don't condition with pads on even. Is that right, James? How long has that been?
Well, I mean, you know.
Look, we're state champs. I'm not faulting anybody here in the staff, but the ball is loose, and we have a penalty in the backfield as well. Eastwood football.
Looked like just kind of a bobble that time on the handoff to Lonzak.
Like a little confusion. Lonzak was late on the, coming in motion, that flash motion, and whole play just kind of got out of hand.
He's a little gimpy as well.
Yeah, Lonzak up slow. Hopefully that's nothing major.
I think probably when he was reaching back for that ball there, a little awkward. Yeah.
Maybe a little more pickle juice this week for the Tigers.
Yeah,
a little electrolytes.
More hundreds and 100s. I think that's what that's calling for.
Yeah. Again, change of possession. Clock stocks. Now they wind it. Here we go.
Ludhart out of the gun. Give up the middle to Brown.
Good.
Stop by. Looks like Trey Flory.
Jack Ward.
Jack Ward, sorry.
Perry back in a rover. A few starters trickling out.
Spangler at linebacker. Yep. Okay, clock is what I was going to say.
2nd and 9. Ludhart pressured, dumps it off here to the right side to Brown.
Okay.
Brown gains about 7.
3rd and 2.
And Brown in space, he's quick, man. He can
He
change
is.
direction and make you miss. Nice little run after the catch that time. Good rally, Tiger defense.
I saw a host of young defensive linemen rallying around Coach Miller, trying to get their shot. Now we got a couple coming in.
There we go. Hey, you want to get in the game, get next to your coach.
Yep.
For the next guy's not listening.
Mm-hmm.
Again, now all 3 interior linemen, sophomores.
Give up the middle of Brown. Big time pressure.
Spangler.
There by Cole Spangler. Heck of a job.
Loss of 2, 4th and 4. We'll see what they go for here. Looks like they will punt.
Wow. Figured they try to keep their offense out there just to punch one in here.
Had a little something going. That may have been a little momentum, but
Impressive stand by the youngsters of LC defense. As Eastwood punts it away. Peters and Badenhop deep for the Tigers.
Let's see if we can get one here. They caught one in the air. Last one was
Bad snap, handled. Punt is away. Give it room. Peters fields it.
Roston.
He shed some
Shifty.
tacklers.
Shifty. Look
He's
out.
quick. Holy catch. Roston Peters, get on your horse. Yeah, he did. He could go all the way, and he does. Whoa, Roston Peters. Shimmy, shake, juke, jive. Yes, he did. Touchdown, Tigers.
What a play that time, Roston Peters. When he's picking it up, we're saying, nah, you sure you want to do that? And man, oh man, flipping the field, breaking tackles, and do it yourself, young fella.
Wow. Whoa, I did say he's fast earlier in the broadcast.
Woo.
He proved me right there.
Yeah,
Whoa,
beautiful.
speed.
Yep, and he pulled away, and then you had Isaiah Badenhop pulling away right behind him to cut off that defender, make sure he had no chance.
Oh, beautiful
The
play.
future is bright at Liberty Center. Welcome, my son. Roston Peters.
That was a beautiful
What a
thing,
job.
man. Ugh. get this Liberty Center crowd back into the game. Let's go. Hammered that one home.
Hey guys, don't forget, stay with us for the KK Collision post-game show where we got to pick the KK Collision game wrecker. And there's a lot of names on my list, guys.
All right, let's
start getting the
jotting some names down, Mark.
Yeah, that's. I just wanted to, with the running clock, I wanted to give you a heads up.
I know. I'm glad you reminded us because I have not been thinking about it. We're only allowed one, right? Not.
Yeah, we do not have the
Okay.
T-shirt budget for 15 things, Spike.
Okay.
Looks like we'll have Christian Campos coming on to kick off here.
Nice. Christian
Got some last week.
Bombing some last week. Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Let's see if we can't get another score, get him another extra point here.
A lot of possibilities for the game wrecker. With 1:46 left in the third, 41 zip Tigers.
4,227 views on our live stream right now.
That's live. Wait till that one gets replayed.
Wow.
Far
Tigers
and wide, the Liberty Center.
You
Sports fans
betcha.
out there.
17 states, 3 countries. It's people. The Overmeyers were watching from Scotland at 12:05 a.m. last
Whoa.
week.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Beautiful thing.
The far reaches of the universe. Tiger Sports Live.
Who'd have thunk?
Who'd have thunk it? Kickoff to Eastwood. This guy's fast too. There's this 80.
Gonna get a block in the back.
Good job,
as he
Campos.
runs out of bounds.
We got a block on the back down about the 25-yard line.
Good job by Campos that time, though. You're the kicker, the last man. His
Yes.
first rep of the night.
Yep.
Keep that leverage, man. Run him out of bounds. Wait for your teammates. Good job.
It's gonna come back.
We'll take it. What's that flag
No, it's a
disparity now, Mark?
block
What
in the
is it?
back, about right around the 30-yard line.
You know, I didn't get the penalties in the first half.
Oh,
I'll find 'em.
yeah. As soon as we put this play in, I'll get you the penalties.
I mean, fellas, you got a defensive touchdown, you got a special teams touchdown, and just shows all 3 levels of this football team and what this program has become. I mean, there's just not a lot of weakness when you turn on the film.
Yes.
And there's not a lot of ways you can say, all right, we can target here or we're better here. When you go up an opposing team, there's just not a lot of holes at any level with this Liberty Center team.
An opposing coach's nightmare is Liberty Center football so far this
penalties
season.
were Liberty Center 4 for 47 and 6 for 76.
Okay.
Give off the left side and a whole host of Tigers.
We had Isaiah Brandenberry getting penetration, getting in there, forced him a little wider there, and
Blew
then
that
some
thing
guys
up.
cleaned him up. Looked like too many guys to count, but they cleaned him up.
Brandenberry's a huge kid.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a big kid out there.
Yep.
Good to see him have some success, get some confidence.
Be second and long for Eastwood. Ludhart winds up, throws across the middle, overshoots the receiver, and Jakeway couldn't decide to go for the pick or the big hit. Either way, it's incomplete.
That's that same route, James, we've been seeing. They've connected on that a lot. And, man, it's about a 30-yard throw.
Yeah.
So we've seen it kind of work to perfection, but that time just too tight of a window.
All right, that's the end of the quarter here. We want to thank our sponsors, so let's hear from them.
This 2026 Tiger Sports Live broadcast is brought to you by KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, Pisanello's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Swanton Welding, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, Gerald Grain, and Mason Hill Construction. This 2026 Tiger Sports Live broadcast is brought to you by Kleberger Contracting, Wyndon Engler Auctioneer, Sattler Family Meats, Dental Health Associates, Fessenden Hardware, Amazing Smiles Orthodontics, Bose Trailer Sales, Doodle Bean Coffee, Philip Roseman Construction, and Dutchman Construction.
Here, Liberty Center with a big third quarter there now leads the Eastwood Eagles 41-0. Here as we go into the fourth quarter, we're going to try to get you some local scores. We've got Archbold, we've got Napoleon playing, got Tenor and Otsego. We'll try to pick those scores up for you.
See if we can't get a stop
Archbold
here.
27, St. Henry 7.
Wow.
Okay. Impressive from Archibald.
No doubt. 2 big wins start the season for them.
Oh, Otsego took the lead from Tenor now, 21-14.
Wow.
Okay. See them next week in Tontogany. Ludhart in the gun. Dumps it to the left. Shoemaker. Shoemaker sheds a tackle. It's going to be tackled there for first down yardage past the 30.
Well, that's how it's supposed to look right there. You get your 2 linemen out, you get your sniper, you get your corner blocked, and he turns it up before the linebackers kind of get there. Well run that time by Eastwood.
And we've got a player down on the sideline here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we couldn't see that.
All right, once again, join us tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock kickoff. The Eastwood Eagles will bring their JV squad to Liberty Center. I don't know who they'll play because they're kind of playing the JV today. Could be the freshman team. Who knows? But we will have the kickoff at 10 a.m. tomorrow. All live, all Tigers here at Tiger Sports Live.
It is a white ticket.
And once again, this is a unique broadcast for us, the first one in all the years I've been doing this. Everything you're watching is remote from our booth. It's an interesting thing. We've got the broadcasters, the eye candy of Tiger Sports Lives over there on the 50-yard line representing. And totally detached from us. Danny's somewhere down in the Eastwood crowd. I hope he makes it out. But all remote and all made possible by our great sponsors. So very appreciative of those people. And, like I always say, guys, it takes a village. It also takes some funds. And their sponsorship has meant the world to us here at Tiger Sports Live.
You know, Mark, I love the press box, especially at home. You get Pam Leatherman's cooking up there, and it's just a warm place to be. But I kind of like being amongst the crowd here today.
I can throw you outside. I don't care.
I kind of like it down here. You get some of the crowd noise.
You got to fight the Liberty people for the top row stands, but
you got to get here.
Might be some fisticuffs.
Yeah, it's a good vibe over here on the visiting Eastwood side.
Good hit there.
Shoemaker, good hit by Drew Silvis. He does hang on. Gain of about 6.
Good drive on the football that time by Drew. Nice little hit. Didn't quite jar that ball loose, but great way to stick that foot in the ground, drive on the ball.
You got Caleb Lester, Tice Westoven in at linebacker.
Youngsters getting in. Ludhart coming back to Shoemaker again. Missed tackle, and
Caleb
he's
Lester ran him down.
past the 50.
Good tackle that time by Lester. Good pursuit on the ball. Shoemaker can do that, man. That's a senior. He's crafty. You get the ball in his hands, he can make you miss, and he's a good player. He's going to put up some big numbers this year for Eastwood.
Eastwood's going to win a lot of football games.
They will, yes.
Definitely. Ludhart with time. Swings it to Brown in the flats as he get out of bounds. And the flag.
I think we're going to get a flag for maybe a little late there.
Yeah.
That'll be 15.
The guy threw it. The guy threw it right in front of our coach staff on that sideline. Then the guy from back here just felt like he needed involved.
I think they're going to – this is going to set
Late hit.
Eastwood up here. It's going to be important for this Liberty Center defense. Try to keep that 0 up. Obviously keep this shutout alive.
Yeah.
Eastwood with their first team in there.
Guys, you realize right now Liberty has outscored their opponents 102-0 so far this year.
Wow.
It's not bad.
Not bad.
Generally, you take that.
Not bad.
See if they take a shot here.
Where's Shoemaker?
Ludhart fakes up the middle. Pressure. Rolls right. Throws it. And it caught. Tackled around
Peters.
15.
Good hit there by Ralston.
That was a good hit.
Here we go. We'll see if this defense can keep them out.
And we've got a cramp.
And that'll stop the clock.
And again, guys, we've got to pick the KK Collision post-game game wrecker of the game. And I don't know if you guys were able to make some notes at that quarter break, but better start thinking about it.
Yeah, we got some names. Got some names floating around here, Mark.
Okay. We may need some final stats to.
Yeah, I think, we might, at the end of the game here, Ron Klostermeyer, he'll email me the stats, so we might just need a couple minutes to get that and gather. Ronnie is all over it, man.
Hey, here's a Delta 29, Fairview 16 at the end of 3.
Okay.
Delta's the real deal here, guys.
Delta. Good to see it.
We need a point and score, Mark?
I don't know. Do we have a Napoleon score?
PH.
Want to invite all the listeners
10-7
to Labor Day Live concert to benefit the music and athletic boosters Sunday, September 6th at Grandma's General Store. It's going to be a great community event concert to benefit the boosters.
Patrick Henry, final 51-15 over the Ayersville Pilots. A lot of good NWOAL football, guys. Swanton wins. Archbold now probably will go to 2-0 against two good teams, St. Henry and Genoa. Mark week 10 down. I have it circled.
Ludhart in the gun.
Oh,
throws right
there.
Deflected.
Parasini.
By Parasini.
Sophomore.
Great job to get your hands up. Get in the passing lane that time. Can't get there, get the hands up. Good job.
And again, the running clock going. We just dipped under 9 minutes here.
Getting back to that Labor Day Live, folks at home, we're going to hopefully put on a show. A couple of the broadcasters tonight will be on the stage, and we're planning on rocking you.
James, are you singing?
We're planning on rocking you a little bit.
It's going to rock, and you will not be disappointed. I can guarantee you. It is not a waste of your time. Ludhart, defender falls down, complete. Did he get in?
He did.
He did. Touchdown Eastwood.
They are jacked up here. The PA announcer is losing his mind like they just won the Super Bowl. That time,
that's
Peters
the athletic director, too.
Okay, well, hey, that's a great call. I love that call. Yeah. I mean, I probably look at the scoreboard first, but Ross and Peters slipped down on that one, and, Shoemaker made a nice play to be able to get in the end zone.
Yep, these natural grass fields later get a little slippery.
The dew is set in here at Eastwood, a little slippery.
It's a great call.
Really excited.
8:15 left here. The clock is running, so it'll be under 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Chaffee to attempt the kick. Kick is up, and it's good. 41-7 with 8 minutes left.
Has that clock been doing that all night, where it goes in 3 to 5 second intervals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, skips every couple seconds, it seems.
Okay. Interesting. I wonder what they would
Is
do
it
with that.
actually skipping time, or is it?
Yeah, like it'll go 7:57 and it'll go 7:54.
Yeah, I noticed that, guys. Hey, an update, Archbold 34, St. Henry 7.
Wow.
Archibald putting it on the Redskins.
St. Henry's a team that D5 could see down the road late in the season. Archbold, 2 big wins though. You know, they were highly thought of here coming into the season. They're backing that up so far.
Could be an interesting week 10.
Those are 2 really good wins for them. I mean,
yeah.
I think if you just look at that, based on the league schedule, those are probably would be 2 of the better teams in our league this year. So I think statement wins for Archbold, no doubt.
Well, and Delta with their 2 big wins.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back deep for the Tigers, number 3, Russell Peterson, number 22.
Yeah, a lot of points to be had.
Looks like-
Archbold, you know, these are young kids that now still have 2 good seasons of experience, and they're only going to get more leading up to week 10. So that'll be a great matchup.
Looks like we might onside here. Is that what I'm
The
looking
ball
at?
is set to this hash. We'll see what Eastwood does. They squib it.
Squibber. Oh boy, find it, Tice.
Tice couldn't find it. Picked up
Get up, Bergie.
Take it, Bergie.
by Bergstrom Barrett.
Another flag.
Tackled off the left side, and a flag on the play.
Smart play that time for Berg.
That's
Pick
a
that thing
hold
up.
on Liberty Center.
Pick that thing up, get some positive yards.
The only positive giving up a score is now we get to see
There you go.
probably these trio of junior running backs. We'll see.
Yep. Levi Howland at quarterback.
Yep.
Billy Kruger at center. Dotson. That'll split out.
It's like Brody Jakeway at
Silvas.
fullback. Asher Miller coming in. Hayden Dotson at an end.
Mark onto the penalty. Tigers will take over first and 10 from the 11-yard line.
We'll see what this young Tiger offense can do. 7:26 left in the game. Howe gives off the right side.
Good cut there, Drew.
Is that Shake? Who is
Silvas.
that?
Drew Silvas.
Silvas, okay. Silvas with a good run. First down yardage for Liberty.
He's really been running them traps well. He had a couple good runs last week, and he makes that first guy miss and got good vision to cut that thing back inside, get downfield. Not much side to side with Drew. He's finding space. He's going forward. I like the way he runs the ball.
First and 10 Liberty as Howe gives up the middle.
Uh-oh.
Jakeway.
Great run there.
Impressive run by Jakeway. Jukes jives, puts his head down for big yardage.
That's the thing. These junior running backs, they are capable of busting it. You know, we saw Silvas take one down to the 1-yard line last week on explosive play. They go forward, they get their yards, they protect the ball, and keep the sticks going here.
Howe gives up the middle. There's room for
Lester.
Caleb Lester. Another 20. First down Tigers.
He hits the hole quick, too. You saw that dive or 0-1 last week where he hit that thing quick, and good positive run there for Caleb Lester.
They said he's a hungry sophomore. He worked really hard, pushing some of these juniors for these extra carries here.
354 yards rushing for the Tigers tonight.
We'll take it. Howe pitches.
Get on it, Tice.
Westoven slips. Able to fall on it. The Tigers will have it back at the 47.
32, Tice Westhoven.
We've got Levi Orth coming on at a tackle. Carter Booth, right tackle.
Bergstrom Barrett coming in.
Mark off the fumble is 25. The ball is for Liberty, 7-yard line.
56, Cooper Hageman snapping it.
fumble on the snap. I think Howe fell on it. Or another Tiger recovered.
Somebody, Billy Kruger.
Billy.
Get some new players in there. Sometimes these quarterback center exchanges, timing on some of these things, and a lot of times you're running with certain running backs and timing and not used to others, and that matters.
3rd down and long for Liberty. Give up the middle to, I think that's Westoven.
Westoven.
Good gain for Tice. Be 4th down.
Christian Campos coming on to punt.
Is he going to kick a field goal?
Is this the first punt of the year for Liberty Center?
We had one last week, I believe.
Yeah.
Did we? Okay.
With our, with starters, we had one where we got stopped.
Okay.
Christian Campos, the goalie on the soccer team. This is just another goal kick for him. We'll see what happens.
This is just his part-time gig here.
Over his head, run it.
High snap. See if Campos can get on it, and he does.
Did the smart thing. Good play.
And Eastwood will take over deep in Tiger territory with 3:47 to go in the ball game.
Now, ironically here, if Eastwood were to put one back in, we would transition from a running clock.
Okay.
And
yes.
we would lose that.
Come on, D.
Yeah, come on. Let's get stop here.
Hey, you got to take your wins when you can get them.
Yep. Eastwood bringing out their JV. Finally.
We'll see if the Tiger defense can keep him out of the end zone. New Eastwood offense in. Is there a run off the left side? Gain of around 6. Would be sitting at 5. 2nd and 5 for Eastwood.
Looked like Levi Howe and Caleb Lester in on the tackle.
Liberty Center's averaging 12.7 yards per play tonight.
Good average for the Tigers. Quarterback rolls right, throws, has an open receiver, and he's down to about 3 or 4.
Like Ward and Asher Miller on the tackle. That was a collision over there. Number 8's a big kid for Eastwood.
.230 left in the ball game. Eastwood will be 1st down and goal with about 4 to go. Give up the middle. Big hit. Who was that?
Yeah. Billy Kruger.
Billy. Talk to me, Billy.
Who was underneath? 65?
Yes.
Who's 65, James?
Nice hit, Kruger.
Come on, D. Keep him out here.
Clock a ticking. 1:55.
Clock not ticking.
Yeah, the clock stopped.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, good
Billy
stop.
Kruger again.
55.
Billy tearing it up.
Back-to-back plays from his middle linebacker position.
1:40 left with the running clock.
Billy Kruger, I know, really worked on his speed, really worked on his footwork and stuff, and coming from that middle linebacker really feels well.
Mm-hmm. 2 big plays there.
Billy Kruger, heck of a curveball this summer.
All junk. All junkers. You got a fastball.
Oh, he's got 3 pitches, and they're good. And a heck of a catcher as well.
Yep. Timeout.
Down to just over 1 minute left here in the game. And don't forget, join us for the KK Collision post-game show, where we'll pick the KK Collision game wrecker. You know, Kyle's got some really cool wreckers, but you know what? So do we. And somebody will be designated tonight's game wrecker. Jigs, I know you probably got like 15 kids.
Yeah, you know, we're talking about it
We're
here.
we're
It's
trying
such
to have
a balanced attack tonight
Yeah,
that it honestly is probably going to be a tough pick,
I
I think.
agree with that.
You know, last week, Lonzak just completely destroyed everybody
Right.
on both sides of the ball, so it's
Right.
pretty obvious.
Right.
He did again tonight, I guess, but it's not as obvious as last week.
I mean, we
say
had
that.
monster hits from Tatum Murdoch.
Yes, we did.
We had
Don't give it away yet.
we
give it
had
away.
Give it away yet.
Give it
a heck of a
away.
return from Roston
Yes,
Peters.
we did.
Screen.
Screen over there to the right side, and he's in. 55 seconds left. Eastwood puts another one in.
We are no longer on a running clock. Eastwood JV is clearly trying to take the mental edge going into the JV game tomorrow.
If that's a JV offensive line right now, that is
It's
some
big.
big boys right now.
Yeah,
Maybe
there-
that's the
that
first
is.
team just because it's kick.
yeah.
Okay.
Could be a good game in the morning, boys.
That'd
Come
be
on out
JV.
to support the JV game, everybody.
10 o'clock. You go. Colin Tamarine on the call, guys. One of our student broadcasters.
Fantastic. Kick is up and good with 55 seconds left. 41-14 Tigers.
Now, I said we were due for a big return. Let's see we get it here.
Hey, here we go. Rawson's already got one. He's got a
Yeah.
punt return.
Yep,
Can
yep.
he
Let's
get a kick return?
Kick return here.
Let's go.
Well, he could seal the game record right here.
Yeah.
Just
I
saying.
think, hey, Mark.
Oh, man.
You don't
are
want to
not
give it
wrong,
away,
buddy.
but somebody can take it.
Bergie Barrett deep also with Ralston.
It looks like the JV kick return.
Berg's got some juice back there,
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Yep. And he showed he's not afraid to grab it and go, even
That's
in
right.
a tough spot.
Back deep for the Tigers, number 3, Russell Peters, number 22, Bergstrom Barrett.
Eastwood tees it up and kicks it.
Tice Westover.
Tice is going to take it. Room up the middle. Tice Westoven is brought down by a host of Eagles at the 30.
Tice Westhoven, Tigers,
The Tigers will take over.
brought down bases number 55.
2 downs here and 8 out, James. One play and 8 out.
Yeah, we'll see if they need it out or if they give somebody off tackle, just see what happens. If it's a dive to Lester, this may go. Be ready.
You're right.
Howell takes the snap.
Nope.
Gives off the right side to Silvis. Is that
Lester.
Silvis?
Lester.
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 It is Lester, 34.
Caleb Lester on the carry for the Tigers. Brought down by number 8, Zach Mitchell.
Caleb Lester's out there going, come on, call him one more. One more. He's waving to the sidelines. I want one more.
2-second differential with play clock, so we do have to run the snap. Victory formation.
Looks like victory formation for the Tigers. Howe kneels it out. And that is going to do it here at Eastwood, where Liberty Center tops the Eastwood Eagles 41-14.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here to once again hear from our sponsors, and we'll be right back after this.
Hey, Mark.
Wait a minute.
This 2026 Tiger Sports Live broadcast is brought to you by KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, Pisanello's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Swanton Welding, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, Gerald Grain, and Mason Hill Construction. This 2026 Tiger Sports Live broadcast is brought to you by Kleberger Contracting, Wyndon Engler Auctioneer, Sattler Family Meats, Dental Health Associates, Fessenden Hardware, Amazing Smiles Orthodontics, Bose Trailer Sales, Doodle Bean Coffee, Philip Roseman Construction, and Dutchman Construction.
This broadcast is copyrighted by Tiger Sports Live for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of Tiger Sports Live is prohibited.
Hit Liberty, run that score high, orange and black, make them wonder why. Hit Liberty, show them what we got, Tigers on the prowl, we can't be stopped.
Collision post-game show here from Jerry Rutherford Stadium in Pemberville, the home of the Eastwood Eagles. Liberty Center with a 41-14 victory here tonight, and a solid performance by the Liberty Center Tigers. We'll talk a little bit about stats. Overall, Liberty Center 439 yards of total offense, 227 for the Eagles, 36 plays for Liberty Center, 12.2 yards per play. Eastwood ran 53 plays, 17 more than we did. They averaged 4.3. Liberty Center with 355 yards on the ground to Eastwood's 49. 29 rushing attempts for the Tigers. 85 yards passing for Liberty Center, 178 for Eastwood. Shouldn't surprise you. The Eastwood quarterback was 17 of 32, while Jack Badenhop was 5 of 6. Liberty Center gained 20 first downs to Eastwood 16. And looking for penalties, both teams had 6. Liberty Center penalized for 74 yards, where Eastwood was 76 yards. I don't have the individual stats. Maybe we'll get them from upstairs yet. But, guys, you know, we talked a lot about Liberty Center needing to take care of a few things. I think they did very well trying to defend the pass. I know our lockdown corners, I mean, what can you say other than that? They're locked down, and they showed it tonight. Ethan Gray, a couple big plays. Jack Tatum Murdoch, you know, you got to love that, making that big hit. And, you know, he only had to make one hit. It's like whooping one kid in front of everybody else. They just don't act up after that. You know, you put the big hit on one, and little alligator arms show up the rest of the way. And I'm sure, you know, I'd be looking over my shoulder. That's all I can say. So Let's talk a little bit about the game wrecker. I don't know, guys. I know you're walking over here to the booth, so I don't know. You guys want to chip in, or you want me to go first?
Mark, go ahead and lead us off.
All right. Well, I love the play of Colton Weimer, Coco, on that other defensive end. And I think he, you know, we talked a little bit about maybe some bragging rights, but, you know, Kellen has a valid point that he's probably getting double teamed and chipped and whatever. But I'm sure Colton Weimer will take that. So I think he played another solid game. 2 sacks in the first game, at least 1 sack now. So I think he's, you know, made a difference. I think when they thought, okay, we're going to chip this guy, the big guy, the Ohio State commit on this side, this other guy on the other side, his name's Weimer too. So I think that's going to be a big one. Obviously, I think, you know, you talk about Isaiah Badenhop's play, and, you know, he locked down one of the best players on the field. I mean, erased him. Yeah. You know, they tried to fade him out. Isaiah handled it, pushed him to the sideline, used the sideline as another defender. I think he, you know, did a phenomenal job out there on the island, and he was out there one-on-one all game. So I think my 2 candidates are Colton Weimer and Isaiah Badenhop.
Yeah, I'll give you 4 names, Mark, Ross, and Peters. I thought that punt return was dynamic. That was an awesome play, man. He he switched fields. He broke tackles. That was an outstanding play. Russell Peters makes my list. Ethan Gray, obviously outstanding at corner tonight. Tall task, but he rose to the occasion, looked great on offense in that first half when he got the opportunities. Isaiah Badenhop, also on my list. Awesome at corner, dynamic from that screen play. And Tatum Murdoch with that hit, he just automatically goes on my list because of that. Man, oh man, that guy. You turn the film on, if you're a receiver, you're going to keep looking at that saying, ooh, do I want to take that slant or I want to go on that post? Not sure I want to do that when Four's back there.
Okay.
Yeah. I second everything everybody said. I mean, there is, yards per carry high for Gary and Jackson. Ethan Gray with a big night tonight, and then he started cramping. Probably inhibited him a little bit. But I got to say, it's impressive tonight, Isaiah Badenhop, with the way he locked down Shoemaker, scored a touchdown. That was impressive DB play, impressive offensive play. I'm going Isaiah Badenhop.
Yep, sounds good to me.
That's it, James? You can't do that. No. Your contract says you have to. No.
I concur. We'll say that. I concur with everything.
Yeah. I think, when we talk about picking these players, it isn't – we could pick 5 or 6 every night. But I think when we talk about this, who wrecked the game plan? Who did they have to bring the rotator out for after that? And do you want me to pick?
Yeah,
I think we're consensus down here. I'm good with Isaiah.
Yeah,
these other two are good. You good with it, Mark?
I
good.
am.
Let's do it.
I think Isaiah Badenhop, our KK Collision post-game game wrecker of the night, and what a performance! Lockdown corner, scored a touchdown. Well, the other impressive thing, I want to say one more thing about him, and then we're going to wrap this up because we got a long drive home. But when Roston Peters made that touchdown and cut back, the only person that caught him from 20 yards back was Isaiah Badenhop.
Yeah, he was running
kind of fast.
A little bit.
Fast.
A little bit. So, all right, Isaiah Badenhop, our KK Collision post-game winner of the Game Wrecker Award, and he'll get the Game Wrecker T-shirt. I'll try to get it to him tomorrow. I actually probably have his size. And we're going to wrap this up, guys. Solid performance by Liberty Center. We knew we were going to be in for a game. I think this was a good game to see a passing offense. Liberty Center is going to see that from the Archbold Blue Streaks. They're going to see that from the Patrick Henry Patriots. So I think this was a good exercise, and Liberty steadfast. So anything else to add?
Take us home, baby.
All right.
You bet. All right. Well, for Brian Babcock and James Whitmer, this has been Jeremy Babcock on the call. These guys on the color. It's been fun here from Eastwood, where the Tigers come out victorious, 41-14 here at Eastwood. Have a great night, everybody.